Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the week!
This is the Inter Miami pregame show, live from the ESPN West Palm Studios. Here's Mike Rizzo.
A severely short-handed Inter Miami side in what is one of the most consequential regular season showdowns in the entire 2025 Major League Soccer campaign. We are post-All-Star break. And boy, was it a controversial one. And we are back in South Florida. Inter Miami, fifth in the Eastern Conference, playing host to the top side in the East, FC Cincinnati, for the second time in a week and a half. And we welcome you to Chase Stadium in hot, muggy Fort Lauderdale. The sun setting to our west. Behind us, our vantage point here at beautiful Chase Stadium. I am Ken LaVicka. Oscar Gonzalez, on-site engineer, the OG. To my right, Mike Rizzo has the night off in the network studios in West Palm Beach. Inter Miami comes into this match 12 victories, 4 defeats, 5 draws on the season, 41 points in the Eastern Conference table. That is good for fifth in the Eastern Conference. FC Cincinnati, meanwhile, they have 15 wins. They have 6 defeats on the year, 3 draws. They have a supporter shield leading 48 points, and they hold the top spot by a single point in the Eastern Conference. And the story of not only Major League Soccer, but international football over the last 48 hours has been the plight of Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba, with much of the focus on Messi. Both are suspended tonight for this match for not attending the midweek Major League Soccer All-Star game in Austin, Texas. And that brings us to our Heron headlines here in the Inter Miami pregame show, presented by South Florida Audi dealers. Want more from your drive? This is it, the all-new Audi Q5 with a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering. It is a beautiful, beautiful piece of machinery. It makes every ride better than the last. An all-new interior with a digital stage with you in mind. Introducing the all-new Audi Q5. It's Audi's best, made better. Test drive the all-new 2025 Audi Q5 at your local South Florida Audi dealer today, or visit AudiUSA.com to learn more. That's AudiUSA.com. So, MLS, Don Garber, commissioner, has instituted a one-game suspension to Lionel Messi and a single-game suspension to Jordi Alba. Both were voted into the Major League Soccer All-Star game, a matchup with the Liga MX All-Stars out of Mexico on Wednesday, and neither ever arrived in Austin, both making the decision with the rigorous amount of matches that they have played, whether it's CONCACAF Champions Cup and then the FIFA Club World Cup, the first ever Major League Soccer side to ever gain a point in that tournament, have a victory in that tournament, or advance to the knockout rounds in that tournament. And of course, the very crowded Major League Soccer season, the slate that Inter Miami has. They decided to take the week and rest up after a triumphant 5-1 thrashing of New York Red Bulls in Harrison, New Jersey last weekend. Well, Major League Soccer saw that, and after some deliberation, handed a suspension to both players. They are unavailable tonight to Inter Miami. Jorge Mas, part of the Inter Miami ownership, addressed media yesterday and said flat out, yes, the rules are the rules, but it's a draconian rule, that this is vastly unfair to Inter Miami. And this is just not good timing, because Inter Miami tonight has a side that has been the most stubborn in all of Major League Soccer, FC Cincinnati. They have the supporter shield lead, they have the Eastern Conference lead, and they dominated Inter Miami just a week and a half ago up in Southern Ohio. A 3-0 victory for FC Cincinnati, and a match that Inter Miami, with Lionel Messi, with Jordi Alba, just did not get any solid footing, really, at any juncture of the match. Maybe late, but the match had been clearly decided by that point, especially an exclamation point that was added by Evander, the outstanding goal scorer, 15 on the season, the Brazilian. He had a brace in that match. It's not just the controversial Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba suspension, though, for Inter Miami. It's not just all of the injuries that they have suffered throughout the course of the season. Still without Ian Frey along the back line as he battles an adductor strain. Still without their number one goalkeeper for this 2025 regular season slate. Oscar Ustari, who has an unspecified leg injury. He went out early first half of that FC Cincinnati loss a week and a half ago. It's also yellow cards that have caught up to Maxi Falcone, the Inter Miami starting center back. He also is suspended, but not because of skipping the Major League Soccer All-Star game. It's because of yellow card accumulation. So that further compounds the problems for Javier Mascherano and Inter Miami. Noah Allen is available tonight for Inter Miami. He was injured in the final match that Inter Miami played in the FIFA Club World Cup in the knockout round. He suffered a hamstring issue. He is available tonight after going down against Paris Saint-Germain. We haven't seen him since, but he is not fit enough yet to be in the starting 11. So no Lionel Messi, no Jordi Alba, no Maxi Falcone, and Noah Allen not an option in the starting 11. And that leaves a very, very interesting back line that Javier Mascherano is going to have to trot out tonight against the best team in all of Major League Soccer. At least that's what the table says in FC Cincinnati. Inter Miami has made a short-term signing because of the lack of numbers due to suspension and injury. Welcome to the senior club, Cesar Abadia Reda. He is an Inter Miami Academy man. He has been playing the last 3 seasons with Inter Miami 2 in MLS Next Pro. He is a left back, and he will be on Javier Mascherano's bench tonight for Inter Miami. Now, it's not all bad news for Inter Miami, and we'll see how the 90 minutes tonight play out. But we are about to be introduced for the first time to the man who's described as Lionel Messi's Argentine bodyguard in international play. He is a world champion. He is a Copa America champion, and he is now on loan from Atletico Madrid with the plan to be a full-time purchase. Rodrigo de Paul, one of the finest midfielders on the planet, a true box-to-box bulldog. He is about to be introduced as the newest member of Inter Miami, and mere moments, he is in attendance tonight. He has signed his contract, he has passed the physicals, and he is ready to play for Inter Miami. That will not happen this evening, but there is a very real possibility that he will see action as early as Wednesday night in the Leagues Cup when that journey begins for Inter Miami right here at Shea Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Necaxa will come through of Liga MX for what will be a high-profile showdown. The initial rosters for the Leagues Cup released today. Rodrigo de Paul was not on the initial Inter Miami roster, but that can certainly change. It is not chiseled in stone. The expectation, again, is for those in and around Inter Miami that RDP, Rodrigo de Paul, will be available for Inter Miami at some point in the Leagues Cup, and it could be as early as Wednesday night. So let's recap these Heron headlines. Inter Miami 5th in the Eastern Conference coming into tonight. 3 matches in hand, by the way, of the top side in the Eastern Conference, FC Cincinnati, as they come through Fort Lauderdale. FC Cincinnati, 48 points in the table, 15 wins on the season. First in the East, and FC Cincinnati really took it to Inter Miami just a week and a half ago in Southern Ohio. That 3-0 triumph for FC Cincinnati. Lionel Messi suspended for skipping the Major League Soccer All-Star game. We'll talk more about that, I should say, as the night goes on, because there appears to be some layers to this with Lionel Messi's suspension. And according to Jorge Mas, the mindset that Lionel Messi is in right now, because he did not take the decision and the news well that he was not available to play tonight. Same situation for Jordi Alba, though it is a bit different because Jordi Alba has already signed an extension with Inter Miami. So there is some nuance here. We will lay that out as the night goes on. But I want to assure you that this has been a tumultuous place to be here at the training facility in Fort Lauderdale over the last 48 hours, certainly over the last 36 hours. Once that suspension was handed down, there is not one single person in the vicinity of this beautiful facility that believes that the ruling from Major League Soccer is anywhere close to fair, especially when you're discussing Lionel Messi, who has done nothing but wonderful things for this still growing and burgeoning league here in the United States of America. Maxi Falcone, Inter Miami starting center back. He is not available because of yellow card accumulation tonight. That is another strike against the depth of Inter Miami. A short-term signing, Cesar Abadia-Reda, a left back from Inter Miami 2 in MLS Next Pro, has agreed to a short-term deal. He is available on the bench tonight for Inter Miami to help fill out some numbers. Noah Allen, who we haven't seen since his hamstring injury against Paris Saint-Germain in the round of 16 in the FIFA Club World Cup. He will be on the bench tonight. Perhaps he sees action for Inter Miami. And the outstanding Atletico Madrid midfielder, soon-to-be former Atletico Madrid midfielder, Rodrigo de Paul, about to be introduced as the newest Heron in an Inter Miami shirt right here at Chase Stadium. When we return, we will go in-depth on FC Cincinnati, Inter Miami's opponent tonight. We will give you the starting 11. They are in and they are filed, and we'll take a glance at the MLS scoreboard coming out of the All-Star break. 4 matches last night, full slate tonight, so a lot still to do before kickoff here in South Florida. I am Ken LaVicka. Inter Miami playing host to FC Cincinnati. This is Inter Miami football on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Putting the ball behind the keeper takes lots and lots and lots of tireless work that leads to something brilliant. It's the same with PNC Bank. They take a smart, practical approach with your money so you can score brilliant financial goals. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865 and proud banking sponsor of Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts. Visit pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
When you're in pain and an hour seems like a day seems like a month, there's only one place to go for your treatment: Pain Care Florida. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Time waits for no one, especially when you're in pain. Visit paincareflorida.com. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting, start living today.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's DQ Grill and Chill's new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard! This limited time treat combines DQ's signature soft serve, dyed blue of course, along with sugar cookie dough, cake batter flavor, and sprinkles. The Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard is available for a limited time only at DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1, just south of North Lake.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Mike Rizzo off tonight. I am Ken LaVicka handling the pregame duties. I'll also have kickoff of this match tonight just after 7:15 Eastern Time. No Lionel Messi, no Jordi Alba for Inter Miami, suspended after their controversial decision to skip the Major League Soccer All-Star game. And this is going to be a very difficult task tonight for Inter Miami. Certainly arduous, definitely uphill. Inter Miami 5th in the East, playing host to the top side in all of Major League Soccer, FC Cincinnati. Inter Miami 7 points back of the Eastern Conference table leaders. As we bring you back to Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Inter Miami coming off of a 5-1 thrashing, a thumping of New York Red Bulls in New Jersey last Saturday night. Jordi Alba drawing the match level after Inter Miami conceded off a corner in the opening 15 minutes, but it was Alba in minute number 24 on a beautiful feed from Lionel Messi, who planted it in the upper right. Jordi Alba, his first MLS tally of the season. It was 1-1. Shortly thereafter, 2.5 minutes subsequently, in fact, Talasco Segovia with his first of 2 goals on an assist from Jordi Alba. Segovia then, after a scrum in the box, would slide a ball inside the far post, 45+3, to send Inter Miami into the dressing room with a 3-1 advantage, and Inter Miami would do nothing but continue to pour it on after that. Lionel Messi scored at the hour mark, and then in the 75th minute as well, Busquets on the first one in the 60th with a beautiful and all-world, a pass that really only Sergio Busquets can make, as he threaded the ball between 3 defenders from the midway point of the defensive half and found Lionel Messi about 30 yards from goal. On the opposite half, Messi was able to break the ankles, figuratively, of the New York Red Bulls keeper and poke the ball into the back of the net. That was goal number 17 on the year for Lionel Messi, and then 18 would come 15 minutes later on a beautiful cross from Luis Suarez that Messi was able to chest down and easily deposit inside the far post past the New York Red Bulls keeper, and Inter Miami would finish things off with that scoreline, 5-1. Messi ended that match in the lead, Golden Boot for Major League Soccer, 18 goals, but Sam Surridge of Nashville has since evened things up once again. So both Messi and Sam Surridge have 18 goals on the campaign. As for FC Cincinnati, they just win 1-goal matches. They have 12 1-goal victories in 2025. They go to Real Salt Lake last weekend and win 1-0. It was an 87th minute goal from Luca Orishano that helped FC Cincinnati get all 3 points and leap to the top of the table in Major League Soccer and in the Eastern Conference. So these two teams, after playing each other in Cincinnati July 16th, a 3-0 victory for FC Cincinnati, about to tangle tonight. Let's go through the starting 11s for both sides, and we will start with Inter Miami. Rocco Rios Novo making his second straight start in goal for Inter Miami, replacing the injured veteran 39-year-old Oscar Ustari. Left back, well, Javier Mascherano had to get real creative with this one, because every single regular play in Inter Miami left back is either suspended or injured. So enter Ben Kromoski for his first appearance at left back tonight. He has a goal on the season in a back line of Gonzalo Lujan replacing the suspended yellow accumulation Maxi Falcone, Tomas Aviles at the other center back, and Chelo Wagon at right back. In the midfield, Talasco Segovia, Sergio Busquets, Federico Redondo, and Tadeo Allende. And then up top in the forward position, Luis Suarez and Fafa Pico, who replaces Lionel Messi. For FC Cincinnati, in goal, Roman Celentano with a back line, five-man back line, 5-3-2 for Pat Noonan in his fifth year as the gaffer of FC Cincinnati. Luca Orishano, aforementioned at left back. Then Matt Miazga, former U.S. men's national team man. Miles Robinson, same story for him. Former U.S. man, Lucas Engel, and DeAndre Yedlin, another veteran of the U.S. men's national team on that back line. Pavel Buka, Tom Bryan Anunga, and Evander, 15 goals on the season there in the midfield. And up top, it's Tato Valenzuela, who scored against Inter Miami just a week and a half ago, and the 40-year-old Kai Kamara. Those are your 11s. More pregame to come from Fort Lauderdale. This is Inter Miami football.
PNC Bank salutes you, Soccer on the Radio listener. While others will just read about the match, you're laser focused on every detail. At PNC Bank, we get it. We're all in on helping you make smart money moves and score your financial goals. See how at pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, proud banking sponsor of Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts and Brilliantly Boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. With a powerful, sporty silhouette, dynamic handling, and responsive steering that makes every best made better.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the Inter Miami pregame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
We welcome you back to Fort Lauderdale, where Rodrigo de Paul is being introduced as the newest member of Inter Miami. A formal ceremony as he walks out of the tunnel. White dress shirt, black dress pants, dapper as always. buttoned down to the mid portion of his chest. His two children flank him on either side, and Rodrigo de Paul is going to be handed a pink Inter Miami shirt. He is going to wear the number 7 for Inter Miami. That is his number for the Argentina national team. Rodrigo de Paul is about to address the crowd here in Fort Lauderdale. Jorge Mas, the owner of Inter Miami, him and his brother both making the introduction. In the center circle, Jorge Mas making the declaration that Inter Miami is on a quest to make the greatest roster, create the greatest roster in the history of not only Major League Soccer, but soccer in this country. And this is a big piece of it. Rodrigo de Paul, world champion, Copa America champion. And he joins Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez and Jordi Alba and Sergio Busquets on this Inter Miami roster that is looking to trophy hunt here in South Florida. Rodrigo de Paul with a thank you in Spanish to all of the fans that are here to support tonight. And he said that he looks forward to playing and featuring for the club. That could come as early as Wednesday. My words, my thoughts, not his. I'm done with the translation. But it could come as early as Wednesday when Necaxa of Liga MX comes to South Florida to start Leagues Cup play. Inter Miami, the champions of the inaugural Leagues Cup in 2023, the first of 2 trophies that Lionel Messi has helped to deliver to this 6-year-old Inter Miami side. Rodrigo de Paul now walking towards the supporters section to the north end of Chase Stadium, walking through a banner that reads, "Bienvenido, Rodri." Welcome, Rodri. Rodrigo de Paul, RDP, as some know him as, longtime friend, teammate, champion of Lionel Messi, was on the triumphant 2022 Argentina national team that won in Qatar and hoisted a long-awaited World Cup trophy. Won Copa America back-to-back 2021 and 2024. And after addressing the supporters crowd, he waved to the far side where fans have filled in. But Rodrigo de Paul, who is very eager when presented the opportunity to leave Atletico Madrid, where he made 133 appearances, some claiming there in Spain that for that side this season, this was his best year at Atletico Madrid. And so Rodrigo de Paul will now depart a drum line, playing him off into the tunnel. First class, as always, here from Inter Miami, as Rodrigo de Paul takes a little bit of the edge off the last 2 days of really, really tense anger that has been permeating out of this facility that sits just across the lot from us here at Chase Stadium. Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba, according to Jorge Mas, in his address of the media yesterday after MLS handed down the game suspension for both missing the MLS All-Star game, Jorge Mas revealing that there was anger, extreme anger from Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba, and maybe, just maybe, for Messi, in Messi's case, it could alter the course of the contract extension that both sides are working on. What I will say is seeing Rodrigo de Paul at mid-pitch being handed an Inter Miami shirt probably makes everybody at Inter Miami feel a bit better, and by extension, Major League Soccer. And hey, this is their mess. They created this, MLS did, but probably makes everybody involved feel better that Lionel Messi is eventually going to sit down and finish things off. When we return, a look at the MLS scoreboard, and we'll have kickoff. This is going to be a tough one tonight for Inter Miami. No Messi, no Alba, no Falcone. They're going to have to get some production from some unlikely sources if they want to topple the best team in Major League Soccer. Inter Miami still chasing the #1 side in the Eastern Conference, FC Cincinnati, who is the opponent tonight at Chase Stadium. We are back to Fort Lauderdale after this. This is Inter Miami football.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
A bicycle kick is a risky move, and risky can be exciting for soccer, but not for your money. PNC Bank believes boring is better. It's the smart and steady way to manage your finances and save the excitement for all you want to do in life. See how at pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865 and proud to sponsor Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985 and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3.
Goal de Messi!
Now let's get to the pitch.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the week!
Here's Ken LaVicka.
Inter Miami does not have the services of Lionel Messi nor Jordi Alba, and they face the top team in Major League Soccer at this moment, late July. The side that Inter Miami is chasing at the top of the Eastern Conference. It is Inter Miami, 5th in the East, playing host to FC Cincinnati after Inter Miami was drubbed by FC Cincinnati just a week and a half ago. We welcome you to Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. It is a muggy evening, but for the first time in about a week, something called a breeze has made an appearance off of the Atlantic, so that's good news, and Inter Miami is going to need some more of that fortunate turn of event if they want to pull off a result at the very least against FC Cincinnati, who is 15-6-3, 15 victories, 6 defeats, 3 draws, 48 points in the Eastern Conference table. Inter Miami, 12 victories, 4 defeats, 5 draws, 41 points, 5th in the East, dead even with Orlando City. And both teams coming off of a win in MLS play. Inter Miami 5-1 at New York Red Bulls last Saturday. Jordi Alba with a goal. Talasco Segovia a brace. Same story, Lionel Messi. FC Cincinnati got some late magic at Real Salt Lake last Saturday as Luca Orishano was able to find the back of the net in the 87th minute. And that sets the table tonight between the two sides that have won the last 2 Supporters Shield trophies. Inter Miami last season with their record-breaking 22-4-8 record, and FC Cincinnati, who put the plate in the air in 2023. Let's take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. This is Inter Miami football.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. I am Ken LaVicka, along with Oscar Gonzalez, the OG, our on-site engineer, to my right, as both teams are starting to walk onto the pitch here in Fort Lauderdale. Lionel Messi suspended, Jordi Alba suspended, both deciding to stay in South Florida and rest instead of attend the MLS All-Star game. They were voted in as participants against the Liga MX All-Stars, and for that decision, they have been docked a game by Major League Soccer, and FC Cincinnati coming out onto the pitch as well. Let's take another brief break, if we could. Let's take a 2-minute break. Let's take a 2-minute break. Back in the network studios, this is Inter Miami football on the Inter Miami radio network.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's DQ Grill and Chill's new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard! Blizzard. This limited time treat combines DQ's signature soft serve, dyed blue of course, along with sugar cookie dough, cake batter flavor, and sprinkles. The Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard is available for a limited time only at DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1, just south of North Lake.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
We interrupt our regularly scheduled program for this special presentation of Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Now let's get to the pitch.
Oh, it's a cannon shot! Go ahead and give him the goal of the week!
Here's Ken LaVicka.
Inter Miami down many men, taking on FC Cincinnati here tonight in Fort Lauderdale. I am Ken LaVicka. To my right, Oscar Gonzalez, the OG on-site engineer, and Inter Miami debuting their riptide uniforms for the very first time, head to toe in a beautiful shade of blue. We'll call it powder blue with white lettering and numbering, pink trim. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Inter Miami always gets the uniform right. FC Cincinnati, meanwhile, in their road white uniforms with orange lettering and numbering, black trim. It'll be Rocco Rios Novo in goal for Inter Miami, making his 3rd start of the season, replacing the injured Oscar Ustari. Last time we saw him first half at FC Cincinnati on the 16th of this month. That listless 3-0 defeat that Inter Miami suffered. Ustari with a leg injury. He has not trained since. So Rios Novo, the 24-year-old, continues to line up in front of Inter Miami's goal. For FC Cincinnati, Roman Celentano, the Indiana University product, the 24-year-old, 8 clean sheets on the year and already the finest goalkeeper in the 7-year history of FC Cincinnati. He is in goal for FC Cincinnati. Let's go through the starting 11 once again. A reminder, no Lionel Messi, no Jordi Alba, suspended for Inter Miami for skipping the MLS All-Star game. Yellow accumulation for Maxi Falcone has him missing tonight's match. Starting center back for Inter Miami, it's Rios Novo in goal for Inter Miami. A back four of Kramaski, left back Lujan, Aviles, and Weigand. That's left to right. In the midfield, left wing, Talasco Segovia, Sergio Busquets, who wears the captain's armband tonight with the absence of Lionel Messi. Federico Redondo and Tadeo Allende. 2 forwards for Inter Miami, Luis Suarez and Fafa Pico. For FC Cincinnati, we mentioned Roman Celentano in goal. A back 5 of Luca Orellano, Matt Miazga, Miles Robinson, Lucas Engel, and DeAndre Yedlin. Pavel Buca, Tom Bryan, and Nunga Evander the midfield. And the top 2, Dado Valenzuela, the 20-year-old wonder kid, and Kai Kamara at 40 years old. Our referee tonight, Tori Penso, and she places the ball as FC Cincinnati is about to get us underway here at Shea Stadium. Inter Miami, 3 matches in hand of FC Cincinnati, but FC Cincinnati now on pace to have more points per match in the Supporters Shield race after their victory over Inter Miami a week and a half ago. So this is important, but this is going to have to be a grimy, gritty, ugly affair. Inter Miami needs to muck it up without Messi and without Alba, and without Falcone for that matter. Torrey Penso checks in on the Apple TV and Fox broadcast, dual television tonight. But why would you go there when you can stick right here on the Inter Miami Radio Network? I am Ken Levicka. Glad to be with you as the crowd buzzes. Rodrigo de Paul in attendance, the newest Inter Miami midfielder. We may see him in just a couple of days' time. Torrey Penso is still awaiting the go-ahead from TV, who runs everything. TV is the boss. TV dictates, and so we just wait on the powers that be. Last season here in Fort Lauderdale, Inter Miami, a 2-0 victory over FC Cincinnati. Luis Suarez, 2 goals in the first 6 minutes. That is all that the Herons would need to handle FC Cincinnati. And there is the whistle from the referee, Torrey Penso. We are underway on a Saturday night in South Florida. Storylines abound. Players not typically in the positions they're starting in, having to adapt here tonight for Inter Miami, including Ben Kremoski, who gets one of the first touches for Inter Miami after the kickoff. Inter Miami, no Lionel Messi, no Jordi Alba, no Maxi Falcone. At 12 victories, 4 defeats, 5 draws on the season, 5th in the East, 41 points. Playing host to FC Cincinnati with 15 wins, 6 defeats, 3 draws, 48 points on the table. First in the Eastern Conference, first in the MLS Supporters Shield race. Inter Miami in their riptide powder blue uniforms, and they will attack left to right in the opening 45. In their own box, it's Aviles, pushes it to the right of the Inter Miami area, and away got a long ball into the midfield. Suarez tried to play it through, but FC Cincinnati is on the end of it. Here's Evander, 30 yards from goal. He dribbles left to right. Good ball through, right side of the box. Trying to collect was FC Cincinnati. Here's a chip to the far post, and trying to wind up on a volley with a left foot and sending it sailing was Orellano, and it'll be out of play to the right of Rocco Rios Novo's goal. But that was very, very troubling at first, as Evander had a beautiful ball played through to DeAndre Yedlin. Good recovery by Ben Kremoski to cut off a potential shot or a cross. It's a corner that's conceded by Inter Miami, and FC Cincinnati will deliver it far side to near side in the left attacking third. Bodies jostle about on the near post, and the cross is delivered. It is ninja kicked out of there by Fafa Pico, and it is pushed forward by Kremoski, and he simply delivers it out of play, just shy of the midfield stripe. Far touchline throw in FC Cincinnati. This is not going to be a pretty match tonight for Inter Miami. Lionel Messi in attendance. He sits next to Rodrigo de Paul as they both discuss their side and what to expect once Rodrigo de Paul gets on the pitch. They are both in the comfy leather seats behind the Inter Miami bench tonight. FC Cincinnati on the attack right to left in the second minute. In the right defensive half, FC Cincinnati, Kamara back to the ball, and a race is on. Out ahead the defense, FC Cincinnati, left foot, Rios Novo, a sprawling save to his right at the top border of the 6-yard box. He was able to deny Dado Valenzuela, who won a foot race to the ball, did not get a great pace shot off. He took it from outside the penalty arc, and Rios Novo read it well. And there's the first save tonight for Rocco Rios Novo. But FC Cincinnati wins the ball right back in their attacking half, and they'll play it back to the right defensive half. Inter Miami has really had none of the ball in their attacking half here through 3 minutes. This is very similar to what we saw at Cincinnati, and that was with Messi and Alba playing. Inter Miami is going to have to start to find a little bit of a rhythm here. Again, Ben Kremoski playing left back, not something he has done in quite some time. That's because Jordi Alba suspended, Ian Frey injured, Noah Allen just coming back from injury. There's a long ball from the far touchline, deep attacking half. FC Cincinnati takes one hop onto Rios Novo, no harm done there. A bit ambitious from DeAndre Yedlin near the midfield stripe. And Inter Miami will try and play out of the back in the 4th minute. Busquets a heavy touch, but somehow still worked the ball far touchline in the left defensive third for Inter Miami. Inter Miami 49 goals on the season. That is the top mark in all of Major League Soccer. Good ball by Redondo. Suarez, long ball forward, right attacking half. Allende to the right side of the box. Allende could not hit it to the far post. He missed by about 6 inches. Tough angle shot as he approached the right side of the 6-yard box and did not miss by much. Oh, Tadeo Allende on a wonderful feed from Luis Suarez in the midfield, and it nearly was a counter-attack goal for Inter Miami. And that looked like Celentano might have gotten a diving, sprawling touch. That's what Luis Suarez is asking the referee. How come this isn't a corner after the ball sprayed across the end line? And Celentano delivers his goal kick into the midfield. And FC Cincinnati will set up the attack. Now the first time we have seen Inter Miami enter this match, and it comes just shy of the 5th minute. 0-0 Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. This would be certainly the biggest effort to grab a result of Javier Mascherano's young Inter Miami head coaching tenure. If he can somehow get a result from FC Cincinnati without Messi and without Alba and without Falcone, and injury still ravaging this Inter Miami side. Kamara with a header in the midfield for FC Cincinnati. Left attacking half for the visitors from Southern Ohio. Nifty footwork from Evander, but then he gave it away. A fight for it in the Inter Miami right attacking half. Redondo was played off of the ball. Evander one dribble too many as he was toe poking the ball to himself 2-3 different times. Evander, quite a player for FC Cincinnati. Inter Miami won a ball briefly in the right attacking third, taken right back by FC Cincinnati. On the charge, here's Oreshano into the middle of Evander. He's got options either flank. Evander to the right-hand side. Kromaski got a foot on a ball, and then he ripped down DeAndre Yedlin to the right of the penalty arc, trying to fight for that ball. And a card is coming out against Kromaski. And this is going to be a dangerous direct free kick from just outside the penalty arc for FC Cincinnati. Kromaski was in position to make the defensive play on Yedlin. He broke up the pass, but then Kromaski grabbed Yedlin by the back of the shirt because Kromaski did not play the ball cleanly, breaking up the pass. And that leads to this free kick for FC Cincinnati. It's the right call. Not only is it a foul, but it's the right call on the yellow as well for Ben Kromaski, who is getting worked here early, playing left back. A free kick from about 25 yards. This is even with the right border of the penalty arc. Left attacking third, FC Cincinnati. This ball is about even with the right side post of Inter Miami goalkeeper Rocco Rios Novo. 7.5 minutes in, and FC Cincinnati has a goal-scoring opportunity. Evander stands over it. There's the whistle. Evander puts his right foot into it. It's into the wall, and it never made its way anywhere close to Rocco Rios Novo's goal. And FC Cincinnati will retrieve about 35 yards away on the left flank of Evander. Angles right with his dribble into the middle channel. Has to defer to the back for Matt Miazga, who was really strong at center back on July 16th against Inter Miami. He plays left center back tonight as part of the 5-man back line for Pat Noonan in his 5th year at the helm of FC Cincinnati, the 2023 MLS Coach of the Year. Miami wins the ball, right attacking half, swiping it deep into the half was Aviles now. Luis Suarez, middle channel, wins a ball. He's in the left flank. Sprays it left of the box. Fafa Pico, his first touch. Pico trying to turn the corner. Top of the box extended, left side, far side. He was played off the ball momentarily, but Kromaski has it for Inter Miami. Feeds it just to the left of the box. Here's Segovia. Segovia, step over. Segovia, left border of the box, can't get into the area. Now Segovia, left flank. Here's Redondo. Redondo surveys. He will curl a ball to the right wing. wing for Weygott. Weygott whips in across. It was headed away, upper left of the box. And this is going to bounce out of play near side touchline. Inter Miami a throw-in just to the attacking side of the midfield stripe, and Weygott will send it to the left defensive half on the throw-in to Tomas Aviles, and Inter Miami goes back to work in the attack. 9th minute, Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Lionel Messi is in attendance tonight, but serving his one-game suspension along with Jordi Alba, who I have not seen yet. Messi sitting next to Rodrigo de Paul, who was handed his Inter Miami shirt in a pregame ceremony. The Atletico Madrid midfielder, the world champion with Argentina. Inter Miami wins the ball right attacking half. Aviles, he's able to push the ball into play. Segovia on the left wing, he was battling very hard with Miles Robinson and maintained possession for Inter Miami. Now to Busquets in the center circle, right attacking half, and he'll play it across the midfield stripe to Gonzalo Lujan. Lujan, left center back tonight for Inter Miami. To the far touchline, right attacking half, 40 yards out, Kramaski. Kramaski probes, floats a ball, middle channel, headed down by Suarez. Now on to Busquets. Busquets, Weygott. Weygott right of the box, top border, sends it Suarez. He sends a beautiful cross to the far post from right of the penalty arc. A header from Pico, and it's a point-blank save for Celentano as he deflected it right of goal for an Inter Miami corner. But what a perfect ball from Luis Suarez, and Pico almost made it 1-0. Oh, goodness. That was some pretty build-up from Inter Miami. So Inter Miami, a far side to near side corner. It's Kramaski to deliver. It's a low corner, and that never got through Pavel Buka of FC Cincinnati, and he blasts a clearance away right of the goal of Celentano, but Inter Miami right back on it. A ball was chunked into the right defensive third of FC Cincinnati, but FC Cincinnati right now playing a bit desperately to clear the ball away against an attack that does not have Lionel Messi or Jordi Alba. Inter Miami right back on the ball in the midfield. Inter Miami has had the 2 best scoring chances tonight. Allende just missed as he broke out on the counter inside the opening 10 minutes. And just moments ago, Suarez and Pico almost linked up to make it a 1-0 advantage. But we still sit scoreless 11 and a half minutes in. Luis Suarez, by the way, 10 assists on the year as Weygott plays a good ball into the right attacking third. Here's Pico in FC Cincinnati's defensive half, right of the box, sends it to the right wing, Redondo, now into the middle, Busquets, he chops the ball left of the area, Allende let it play through, but it's retrieved by Kramaski, far touchline. Kramaski, right-footed cross, it's in the middle, there's a bunch of legs swiping at it, and FC Cincinnati was able to finally clear it out of the box. And now Kamara in the midfield, he immediately is dispossessed, but he's going to fight for it and pushes it onto Evander in the midfield circle. Good ball to the outside, charging into the Inter Miami defensive half, and Redondo is able to come over and make a strong tackle on Luca Orellano, and Inter Miami in the left defensive third will hold up play and start to organize their journey back up the pitch as we get to 12 and a half minutes into this opening half. And Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati, a 0-0 scoreline. We mentioned Inter Miami, 49 goals. That's first in Major League Soccer. FC Cincinnati, 39 tallies on the year. That's tied for 11th in the league. And Inter Miami, as I say that, is in the attacking third, right side of the pitch. And FC Cincinnati, with Miles Robinson, had to play it back onto the keeper, Celentano, with Suarez lurking after a good ball from Sergio Busquets in the midfield. Tried to play it through to Suarez, the former Barcelona mates, but could not find the connection. FC Cincinnati, 39 goals, 31 conceded, only a +8 goal differential. Pretty small number for a team that leads the Supporters' Shield as Allende is trying to get on a ball to the right of the box, and he does, right attacking third on a long ball. Suarez whips it a back post cross. Pico went down. He's calling for a penalty. The referee says play on, and the ball will roll across the far touchline. Goal kick, FC Cincinnati, and it definitely looked like Fafa Pico might have been hooked from behind by the legs. Inter Miami has not had a penalty awarded all year long. that looked like it certainly could have been in the discussion. Inter Miami was trying to work it through left of the box after play restarted, but FC Cincinnati wins it back. But Sergio Busquets strong in the right attacking half for Inter Miami, wins it back. Pico, he's flanked by 2 FC Cincinnati players, and he's called for a foul. Going down to ground was Miles Robinson, or make that Dado Valenzuela for FC Cincinnati, and he drew the whistle in his defensive half by the referee, Torrey Penso. But the +8 goal differential for FC Cincinnati, small number for a team that's top of the table in the entire league, but FC Cincinnati is absolutely cleaned up in matches decided by a goal. They have 12 one-goal victories in this 2025 season. That is an insane number, not even out of the month of July. They have a lot of poise, does this FC Cincinnati side, a lot of trust in one another. A foul against Tadeo Allende in his left defensive half as Evander went to the pitch with some contact after he had released the ball into his right defensive half. Evander still down. Evander, who featured prominently in the MLS skills competition and the MLS All-Star game. It was actually Redondo called for the foul as he was swiping at the ball that was on Evander's feet and made contact with the toes of Evander. Probably didn't feel particularly good, but no card, nothing malicious. Here's FC Cincinnati, great ball, Kamara. Here's his problems, right of the box. FC Cincinnati to the middle. Evander in the penalty arc, sends it to the left side of the box, and Kamara chips a ball wide of the far post. Did not miss the target by more than 2 feet, but Rios Novo had read it well, and as he dove, pulled his arms back, he knew that that was going wide, but that was wonderful buildup. Valenzuela to Evander, back to Kamara. It was all started by Kamara in the attacking midfield. He plays nothing like a 40-year-old, as Inter Miami had problems with him a couple of weeks ago, but Inter Miami still 0-0 with FC Cincinnati as the men in blue, Inter Miami, survived that. Now Inter Miami asking questions again, right of the box, Segovia right of the 6-yard area. Tried to sky across to the far post, wanted Pico, but well out of the reach of Fafa Pico. And FC Cincinnati on the far touchline, about even with the far side of the 6-yard box, will send in a deep right corner defensive third throw-in. 16:38, 16:39, 16:40 on the first half clock. Inter Miami, 6 victories, 2 defeats, 2 draws at home this season, 20 points at home earned in the table. That's tied for 13th in MLS, +8 goal differential. FC Cincinnati, meanwhile, 8 road victories. That's the most in MLS play of any side. 4 defeats and a draw. 25 road points is tops in the league, but only +1 goal differential. And again, that speaks to how good FC Cincinnati has been in these 1-goal matches. We welcome you past the threshold of the 17th minute. Long ball defensive half. Pico to the left of the box. Can he win the foot race? The answer is yes for the Haitian. He is on the ball. Pico sends a short-range roller. Kromoski into the middle. Suarez outside the penalty arc. Right-footed shot blocked away. He was winding up, trying to send a lead foot towards Celentano's goal, but it never got through. And now FC Cincinnati, as Evander is tackled off the ball by Wagon. FC Cincinnati has to retrieve near touchline, border of the right defensive third, and it's played back to the keeper, Roman Celentano, and Celentano with his left foot is going to float a long ball into the midfield. Busquets got a head on it, chested down, right wing, right attacking half, Inter Miami by Segovia, gave it to Allende, right back to Segovia, right of the box. He'll send in a ball to the penalty arc and a side winding volley attempt, right foot from Luis Suarez. He chunked it into the ground, never got a lot on it, and the keeper Celentano will take it on a hop. A good effort from Luis Suarez, who decided to line it up. And in a previous iteration of the career and the knee lifespan of Luis Suarez, he gets a good hit on that. He tried to do something similar at FC Cincinnati from a shorter range a week and a half ago, and it had about the same result, chopped into the ground. 0-0 Inter Miami and Cincinnati, the second of 2 regular season meetings between these two sides. The most famous match between these two came in the 2023 Leagues Cup semifinals when Inter Miami, after 3-3 in full time, won in penalties. And of course would go on to beat Nashville for the Leagues Cup championship. FC Cincinnati on a long square ball, far side to near side, and the FC Cincinnati left attacking third. Oreshana was trying to collect. Top the box, extended near side, left side. Away got swiped at it with a right foot for Inter Miami. Sent it across the near touchline, and a throw in left attacking half for FC Cincinnati. First in the Eastern Conference. Here's DeAndre Yedlin, far touchline, left attacking half, FC Cincinnati. Sent to Miles Robinson, now Miazga. 3 straight U.S. men's national team caps touch it for FC Cincinnati in this sequence. And now a high press for Inter Miami will force Cincinnati to play it back into their own box, right side of the pitch. Celentano takes his time, and now with a right foot will deliver a ball into the left attacking midfield of FC Cincinnati. Kamara goes down on an aerial ball, 50-50. Inter Miami does not like the call. It was a delayed whistle from the referee, Torrey Penso. Kramaski and Busquets and Lujan. Oh boy, just saw a replay. There's nothing there. Lujan went up. He had a forearm tucked into his chest just to make sure that he had some leverage against Kamara, and Kamara went to ground and clutching the back of his head. And now the physio comes out. I didn't see any contact with the forehead of Lujan from behind the back of the head of Kai Kamara. As Pat Noonan looks on, Kai Kamara, 40 years old. He is the oldest active player in Major League Soccer, has played for an MLS record 12 sides in the league, a 2-time All-Star. In 2015 with Columbus, named to the best 11 of Major League Soccer. Played last year with LAFC. He has the second most goals in MLS history, does Kai Kamara. And just to tell you how old we all are, so many of us do remember it, Kai Kamara, 9th overall pick, 2006 MLS Super Draft by Columbus Crew. 21st minute here in Fort Lauderdale, Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati 0-0 as Kamara continues to receive treatment by the Cincinnati physios after what appears to be a hit to the head from Gonzalo Lujan as they both went up for an aerial duel. There was nothing malicious about this, and it looks like an MLS official is going to go out and check on Kamara. We are seeing, I believe, some concussion protocol coming into effect here with Kai Kamara. He will jog off the pitch. Doesn't look to be overly woozy, but again, I'm not someone who is trained in any way, shape, or form to be able to identify any concussion concerns. Kamara is jogging along the touchline. He's going to get some water. It does look like he's preparing to go back in at some point here. So momentarily, Cincinnati has 10 men on the pitch, 22 and a half minutes gone in this opening half. No Messi, no Alba tonight for Inter Miami due to skipping the MLS All-Star game, a 1-game suspension for each, similar to what Zlatan Ibrahimovic got several years ago when, with LA Galaxy, he skipped the MLS All-Star game and had some choice words about the league after being handed that suspension. Jorge Mas did Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba's talking yesterday, called the suspension rule with Major League Soccer draconian. He's right about that. It's nonsense. Said it's insane that 2 days after the MLS All-Star game, MLS teams were expected to take the pitch and start playing again, and he's right. That is crazy. The fact that there's an MLS All-Star game probably needs to be put into question as well. Why? What's the purpose? There is not a singular top-end league on the planet who in the midway portion of their season says, hey, let's have an exhibition and put players' health at risk with all this money and prestige on the line. But Major League Soccer does it. Could you imagine in the English Premier League, right in the middle of the Premier League season and international windows and the Champions League and the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup, if they said, hey, let's have a Premier League All-Star game, I mean, that's nonsense. There is nobody in Major League Soccer more important than Lionel Messi, who has gone out of his way. As Inter Miami is offside, Talasco Segovia trying to make a run outside right channel on a long ball from the midfield, but the flag went up in the Inter Miami right attacking third. But there is nobody who does more for this league and for fans across the league than Lionel Messi, period. Lionel Messi has missed only one road match this year, and that was very early on when he had a calf issue. That was at Houston, an Inter Miami 4-1 victory. That was the second match day of the season. Lionel Messi is responsible for the all-time largest home crowd in Columbus Crew history. They moved that match to Cleveland earlier in the year, 70,000 plus. Same story at Soldier Field in Chicago against the Fire. Lionel Messi playing 70 plus. That number will never be broken. Lionel Messi responsible for PayPal Stadium in San Jose's largest ever crowd when he went out all the way to the Bay Area to play with this Inter Miami side. He went to Montreal. He has made sure matches he missed last season, locales that he did not get to because of injury. He has tried his best to get there for the opposing fans. He understands what he means to this league. He understands his legacy. He came on late in Kingston in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, scored a goal that they're still talking about in the nation of Jamaica because he understands and he gets it and he cares about the fans. Him skipping the MLS All-Star game is because he's a 38-year-old face of the league who has done nothing but play 90 minutes all season long. FIFA Club World Cup. We are probably going to go the rest of our lives without an MLS side pulling a victory or advancing into the knockout stage of the FIFA Club World Cup like Lionel Messi and Inter Miami did this season. So MLS is going to have to live with this decision and all the ramifications that potentially come with it. And I know there's anti-Messi sentiment throughout Major League Soccer now as a long ball is sent in by Cincinnati. Right defensive half played well by Lujan of Inter Miami. We are in the 26th minute, Inter Miami FC Cincinnati 0-0. But just understand, for those who have anti-Messi sentiment throughout Major League Soccer, he is the most important thing that has ever happened to the league and will ever happen to the league. Here's Allende, good ball to the right end line, across from Wagon, could not pick up Pico, who is making a run up the middle channel, tried to get a head on it, but instead it is cleared out of the left side of the box. A beautiful overlapping run by Wagon, good feed from Allende, but Pico just could not get his head on it, and it'll be a deep right corner far side defensive third throw-in for FC Cincinnati. 0-0 Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Inter Miami has had some good spells in the attack here. Fafa Pico has found some room to be problematic. Inter Miami just has not had at the last moment enough quality to make the final pass to find the back of the net. 0-0 Inter Miami FC Cincinnati. Now that I'm done with my Lionel Messi diatribe, 27-40, 27-41, 27-42 on the first half clock. Ken Levica with you on the Inter Miami Radio Network. Want to welcome everybody listening on the flagship ESPN 106.3, the Deportes Radio FC app, and of course, all of our friends listening worldwide currently on YouTube. Hello to all of you who are listening and in the comments and following along on this Saturday night in South Florida. Good ball, Messi, right attacking half along the near touchline. Segovia, two juggles, right foot shot, took a deflection in the penalty arc, and then it sprays wide to the right post of Roman Celentano, but some nifty footwork, Talasco Segovia to clear himself some real estate to deliver a right-footed shot, and it is a corner for Inter Miami. Segovia has not featured much tonight in the attack for Inter Miami, but he dazzled the crowd there. Every corner brought to you by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. Representing injured people and their families for more than 35 years. Visit foryourrights.com. Near side to far side corner, Kromoski sent it to the back post. It was headed down by Pico, but we have the flag up offside, Inter Miami. Inter Miami this season, 43.5% shooting accuracy. That is the best in all of Major League Soccer. Only 108 shots on target, 14th in the league, so about middle of the pack. In the right defensive third, here's FC Cincinnati. Inter Miami pressing. Well done, though, by Oreshano to get through 2, 3 defenders, 4, still making a run. Left defensive half, plays the ball forward, and Lujan at the last moment as Valenzuela was entering the left side of the box, able to poke it away, and Reyes Novo will retrieve the slow roller in Inter Miami's goal. Reyes Novo wearing yellow tonight. Inter Miami first match this season in their blue Riptide uniforms, and boy, do they look chic. 0-0 Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Because Jordi Alba is not available due to suspension for Inter Miami, and Ian Frey is still nursing his injured adductor suffered in the FIFA Club World Cup. Ben Kromoski, the capped American, getting his first start this season at left back for Inter Miami. Marcelo Weigott has, in Frey's absence, really locked down that #1 right back spot here with Inter Miami. He can play left back, but he is certainly more suited to play right back. He is needed by Javier Mascherano. Inter Miami bandying the ball about in their left defensive third. Goes on to Rocco Reyes Novo, and now Inter Miami will head to the midway point of the left defensive half with Gonzalo Lujan. Now Busquets, long ball up the middle, and wanted Allende, who was making a horizontal run about 25 yards out, but the timing wasn't there, and it'll simply bounce on to Roman Celentano, who was already playing at the top of his box and saw immediately what was coming in front of the FC Cincinnati goal. FC Cincinnati far side, just inside the attacking half, left side of this natural surface here in Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami wins it back in the midfield. Good short-range passing. Segovia, though, had it tackled away on the far side. A bit haphazard there from Segovia, but he won it back. Gave it to Pico. Pico holds up play about 40 yards out, and he is going to toe lift it back to Kromoski, and Inter Miami will take its time. Stay patient. 0-0 Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Good ball, Redondo. Can he get Allende outside the penalty arc? No, but trailing Suarez. Suarez, right side of the box. Wagon blasted it off the keeper, Celentano, near post. Wagon thought about a cross, and then at the last moment, he said, I'm going to give it a ride. It was right into the chest of Celentano across the right end line. Another Inter Miami corner is on the way. Near side to far side, brought to you by Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath. It'll be Ben Kromoski to come over on the near flag, right of the pitch. Far side, or near side to far side corner, Inter Miami. Kromoski, his left arm in the air, delivers the ball into the middle. It is headed up and over the left crossbar of FC Cincinnati's goal. That was Lujan who got a head on it. And it's out of play. Goal kick, FC Cincinnati. But Inter Miami has asked an awful lot of questions here in the opening 45 against the best away side in all of Major League Soccer and the best side, period, FC Cincinnati. Yedlin for Cincinnati into the midfield, defensive side, Kai Kamara. He's traveling backwards and will lay it off to Miles Robinson. Robinson treks forward, gave it away in the midfield, played to Suarez, middle channel, right attacking third, but a return feed to Segovia a bit too hard, and Kamara won it for Cincinnati, and now a brief even number 4-man rush here for Cincinnati. Evander from the near side to the right wing, taking 30 yards out, and now FC Cincinnati will work comfortably out of the attacking midfield. Anunga to the near touchline. Oreshano, he got left of the box on a hard charging run. Aviles came over, tackled it away off of Oreshano. And it'll be a throw-in near touchline defensive half for Inter Miami. Weigott, though, was pushed. Evander wins it in the Cincinnati attacking half, and Evander and company in white back on the ball. The referee stopped play. I think there was an issue with the ball. She asks Tori Penso does for another ball. She receives it. She'll let Tom Ryan Anunga get play back underway, the 28-year-old Cincinnati midfielder. 0-0, well past the half-hour mark now. Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. 34-20 on the first half clock. Celentano, right side of his box, floats a ball into the defensive midfield. Off target. Valenzuela couldn't get a head on it, and instead here's Inter Miami. Oh, nearly played through by Suarez, 30 yards out for Segovia, who was making a run up the middle, but good job by Miazga at center back to get on that. And then a great tackle by Aviles in midfield on Kamara. Inter Miami pushes forward. Segovia left of the penalty yard, has some room into the middle. Suarez tried to turn, then he was hooked. The referee says play on top of the box. The crowd is incensed here in South Florida, and Cincinnati on the move. Suarez wants a penalty. He's still down in the penalty box, and then away got a strong tackle on Evander, and now a yellow is shown behind the play against Redondo. He made contact with Arellano, and Tori Penso, a referee receiving boos from every corner of Chase Stadium here in Fort Lauderdale. She made a mess of the entire sequence. Suarez is still down in the Cincinnati box, working on his right leg, and he absolutely suffered leg-to-leg contact from Tom Ryan Anunga. And then Tomas Aviles standing there in the defensive half, standing there. Had Arellano run into him, and Aviles is shown a yellow. That is preposterous from our referee, Tori Penso. Nil-nil, Inter Miami FC Cincinnati into the 36th minute, and it'll be a free kick for Cincinnati from 40 yards away. It is inconceivable that Inter Miami has not been awarded a penalty at any point in 2025. The only team in Major League Soccer not to have a point to the spot. And off the free kick, poorly played by FC Cincinnati, and it floats right into the chest of the goalkeeper, Rocco Rios Novo, at the penalty spot. And Inter Miami will come out of its left defensive third. Inter Miami 0, FC Cincinnati 0. The last two Supporters Shield winners in Major League Soccer going at it tonight for the second time in a 10-day span. FC Cincinnati dominated Inter Miami 10 nights ago, 3-0 in Ohio. Tonight, Inter Miami has asked more of the questions in the attack. But Inter Miami is going against maybe the most strong-willed side in the league, 12 one-goal wins this year. En route to the best mark in MLS. Left defensive, or make that right defensive midfield, FC Cincinnati. Miazga standing in the center circle defensive half, sent it to the near touchline. And now some nifty dribbling. Lucas Arellano got through three Inter Miami players, including Weigott. Weigott, though, is on his hip, and then Weigott's going to win this ball against Arellano as Aviles came over in support. And Inter Miami and the back line withstand that charge. Now Allende chests a ball down at the border of the Inter Miami left defensive third, and Allende gave it away. And FC Cincinnati will stay patient. Miles Robinson to the right of the center circle. Left attacking midfield, and now angling right with the dribble to the right wing of Vander. Tried to send a long ball skyward towards the box, and scooting into the left portion of his area, Rocco Rios Novo. And he catches the ball out of midair into his chest, goes to ground momentarily, and now distributes underhand right hand to Redondo. Suarez, midfield circle, wanted to push it on to Segovia, but it's intercepted by Cincinnati, and they quickly make their way into the left attacking third. Now retreat near the midfield stripe. Anunga Plays it into the right defensive half, midfield circle. Cincinnati. Evander, heavy touch, a fight for it at the midfield, and Redondo's called for a foul as he tried to rip across the chest of Evander, the Brazilian. 38-47, 38-48. Getting late here in the first half, lights starting to take effect, the sun setting. Behind us, our broadcast position on the west side of Chase Stadium. The final year that Chase Stadium will be the home of the senior side of Inter Miami. Everything moving south into Miami-Dade County. Freedom Park, can't wait for it. It looks absolutely beautiful. Inter Miami in the right, attacking third. Pico got a foot on it as Cincinnati got a little bit lackadaisical back there, but it rolled onto the keeper, but Inter Miami wins it against Segovia. Nice play back in support. Kromoski, left wing, 30 yards out. Kromoski sends a pass middle channel. Redondo about 40 yards away. Now, same yardage, outside right channel, Wagon, and he'll give it back to the attacking midfield, right of the midfield circle for Aviles. It's worked all the way far side. Pico, good turn onto his right foot. Oh, he slides the ball through left side of the box, and it has to be swept away by Miazga as Segovia was asking questions left of the 6-yard area. Quick throw in far side for Inter Miami, and they go right back to work. 0-0. We are past the 40-minute mark here in this opening half from Fort Lauderdale. No Lionel Messi for Inter Miami. Same story, Jordi Alba suspended for missing the MLS All-Star game. Lionel Messi, who has all competitions, played nearly 3,000 minutes in 2025. Here's Segovia, right wing, gives it up Allende, right of the box, right attacking third, whips and across, but Suarez a bit late on the run to the far post, and it will fire its way across the end line for an FC Cincinnati goal kick. With all the focus on Messi, Jordi Alba, by the way, was coming off of maybe his best match of the season against New York Red Bulls. He was absolutely everywhere. And according to Jorge Mas, managing partner of Inter Miami, neither Messi or Alba took it well at all, the news that they were suspended. I thought Jorge Mas very eloquently said his piece, said it forcefully, said it correctly. There was nothing incorrect that he stated as Pico is called for a foul. As Yedlin dove to the turf. Make that Miles Robinson dove to the turf, left of his own box to draw the foul, much to the dismay of the Inter Miami fans. But Jorge Mas, like a good owner does, came to the defense of his best player, of his star, who just happens to be the greatest player in the history of the sport. And I would think that that means a lot to Lionel Messi and his family. And hopefully MLS will revisit having an exhibition game right in the middle of their regular season as they try to make headway in international competitions like this season Inter Miami did. FC Cincinnati off the goal kick. They have the ball in their right attacking half. It is Buca. And a battle for it in the midfield. It'll roll across the touchline, throw in right defensive half for FC Cincinnati. Holding high above his head, Lucas Engel. As we approach the 43rd minute, don't have an indication yet of added time. Inter Miami intercepts the throw-in at the border of their left attacking, or their left defensive third, and they'll move it near side to far side. Here is Ben Kromoski for Inter Miami, playing left back tonight. Now Redondo, he has it near side, left defensive half. Inter Miami in baby blues tonight, head to toe, pink trim, white lettering and numbering. Just a beautiful ensemble. Long ball, Aviles. Into the right attacking third along the near touchline again. They won an aerial duel, but at the last moment, he was trying to gain control right side of the box. Miazga swept it away. Cincinnati almost had some problems in front of their own box, but good job by Buka to get it out of trouble, and now maybe something developing. Here's Evander into the Cincinnati left attacking half, pushes it near touchline. Orishano back to Evander, left wing, eyes forward, sends a ball skyward, middle of the box. There was contact right at the penalty spot by Kromoski. The referee says no call as Valenzuela went to ground. Rios Noble will scoop it away. Valenzuela is getting whistled at by the Inter Miami fans who believe he is faking an injury as he clutches at his left ear. Now Inter Miami on the run, right attacking half. Right wing to the outside right channel, Allende. Weigott overlapping run, and Allende gives it to him. Weigott, he back heels it to Allende, upper right of the box. Now Redondo in the middle channel. Redondo needs some help, and Allende has it. Top of the box extended, near side, right side. Right wing Redondo, now along that near touchline, Allende. Avila sweeps it near side to far side. A slow roller on to Lujan, and now on the outside left channel, it's Kromoski. Good shape here from the Cincinnati defense. As we near 45 minutes gone, Busquets 30 yards out. Busquets, he chips the ball onto Allende, even with the top of the box right side, pushes it to the right of the penalty arc. Suarez, a nifty header from the right border of the box, and it just goes over the crossbar of Celentano, who had to track it into the top netting. It'll be a goal kick for FC Cincinnati. Suarez got creative there. He's still got the mind for scoring all-world goals. It's just physically, it is tough for him to pull that off. And we have 2 additional minutes, 2 added minutes presented by your South Florida Audi dealers. The road is calling. Embrace the thrill of the drive with the all-new fully electric 2025 Audi Q5, featuring effortless power, serious acceleration, and advanced Audi technology. It's not just a new electric vehicle, it's a new way to experience driving. Go to AudiUSA.com. We are 30 seconds into 2 additional minutes in this first half. Come right back with us after our break at the conclusion of the first half. I'll have your halftime show. It's a Ken LaVicka parade here tonight in South Florida. Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati are 0-0 through 45 minutes. Inter Miami has had the better of the attack to this point. The big news, the storyline, Lionel Messi, Jordi Alba suspended controversially over missing the MLS All-Star game. Avila sends a ball from the left defensive half to the right attacking half. Suarez could not get on the end of it, but Weigott will blast a ball from his defensive portion all the way back towards the FC Cincinnati goal, where Celentano has to send it away. We have about 30 seconds left here in this first half. 46:30 is on the clock. And a late whistle. And Torrey Penso is calling a foul well behind the plays. Camaro went to the ground. Torrey Penso, the referee, is absolutely hearing an earful from Javier Mascherano. Oh no, she held up play and said that Inter Miami didn't have a proper throw-in. Javier Mascherano is incensed. It has not been a great half for Torrey Penso, our referee here tonight. So Inter Miami appears comfortable to just wait for the final whistle. They have it in their left defensive midfield. And there is the final whistle with Busquets on the ball, and both teams will head to the dressing room. Well, without Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba, and let's add in Maxi Falcone, Inter Miami has certainly been bright here tonight. Speaking of, perhaps we'll see Yannick Bright in the second half for Inter Miami. After 45 minutes of football in humid South Florida, it is Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati, the premier matchup of the weekend in Major League Soccer, a 0-0 score line. Up next, our halftime show, stats from the first half, and a look around Major League Soccer. This is Inter Miami football.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird!
It's a plane!
It's DQ Grill and Chill's new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard! This limited time treat combines DQ's signature soft serve, dyed blue of course, along with sugar cookie dough, cake batter flavor, and sprinkles. The Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard is available for a limited time only at DQ Grill and Chill, with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1, just south of North Lake.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in. We begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Putting the ball behind the keeper takes lots and lots and lots of tireless work that leads to something brilliant. It's the same with PNC Bank. They take a smart, practical approach with your money so you can score brilliant financial goals. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865 and proud banking sponsor of Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts. Visit pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
The pink smoke is in the air. Inter Miami Soccer is on ESPN 106.3. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Mike Rizzo has the night off. Ken LaVicka back with you at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. And without Lionel Messi and without Jordi Alba due to suspension, Inter Miami has played the top side in Major League Soccer, FC Cincinnati, to a 0-0 scoreline through 45 minutes. And we welcome you back to South Florida. To my right, Oscar Gonzalez, the OG, our on-site engineer. Let's take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves along the Inter Miami radio network.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Even without Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba, it has been a festive evening here in South Florida with the introduction of Rodrigo de Paul, who is about to be maybe the best midfielder, one of the best midfielders, certainly one of the best box-to-box midfielders in all of Major League Soccer and maybe Major League Soccer in the history of the league. He was introduced as the newest high-profile Inter Miami addition pregame by both managing partners, the Moss brothers. Given his pink shirt, he has his family in attendance here at Chase Stadium, and they have seen a lively affair between severely shorthanded Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. We believe Rodrigo de Paul is going to be available at some point in the League's Cup, and that'll get going. Opening match for Inter Miami is Wednesday night here in Fort Lauderdale against Necaxa, who in the early part of this portion of the Liga MX campaign They have one victory and one loss this Apertura portion of Liga MX. We believe that Rodrigo de Paul will be available during the Leagues Cup and may, it has been left as a may, be ready to go after being loaned in from Atletico Madrid on Wednesday against Necaxa. But we'll have that for you on the Inter Miami radio network. So again, 0-0 scoreline, Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Let's go to one singular highlight from the opening half. This was late, past the 40-minute mark in the first half, as Luis Suarez battled his way into the box and should have been awarded the first penalty of the season to Inter Miami. Inter Miami pushes forward. Segovia, left of the penalty yard, has some room, into the middle. Suarez tried to turn, then he was hooked. The referee says play on top of the box. The crowd is incensed here in South Florida, and Cincinnati on the move. Suarez wants a penalty. He's still down in the penalty box, and then away got a strong tackle on Evander, and now a yellow is shown behind the play against Redondo. He made contact with Arashado, and Torrey Penso, a referee receiving boos from every corner of Chase Stadium here in Fort Lauderdale. She made a mess of the entire sequence. She absolutely did, and Inter Miami would protest. Didn't change the lack of point to the spot, didn't change the card that was shown to Redondo, but the scoreline remained the same, 0-0. Let's go ahead and take a glance at numbers from the opening half, this 0-0 scoreline between these two sides. Inter Miami, the slight lead in possession, 50.9% possession to FC Cincinnati's 49.1%. 8-4 in shots for the home side. The Herons a 2-1 shots on goal advantage. Fafa Pico put a point-blank header on the goalkeeper, Roman Celentano, and then Marcelo Wegat late in the first half wound it up from short range, tough angle right of the goal, and Celentano took it off his chest once again for the save. 2 Inter Miami block shots. FC Cincinnati has 1. 243 Inter Miami passes to Cincinnati's 231. But Cincinnati's been the more accurate passing side, 89.2% to 87.7. Inter Miami's won 3 corners against FC Cincinnati. The visitors have 1. 4 crosses for Inter Miami. Cincinnati has yet to deliver a successful cross. Inter Miami's been offside once. FC Cincinnati with a goose egg in the offsides category. 2 saves for FC Cincinnati's Roman Celentano, Rocco Rios Novo, an early diving to his right stop in the first half. 3 clearances for FC Cincinnati. Inter Miami has yet for an official clearance. Inter Miami's committed 7 fouls in the first half. And Inter Miami's been shown 2 yellows. Ben Kremoski and Tomas Vilas, both in a very, very thin back 4. All right, let's look at the rest of Major League Soccer on this post-MLS All-Star break match day. Very, very busy as we start heading into the home stretch of MLS play. Let's go back to last night. And we had several matches coming out of the All-Star break. Montreal with a victory over struggling, scuffling New England Revolution, 3-1. It was NYCFC, a 4-3 triumph on the road at FC Dallas. Houston and LA Galaxy were postponed. Orlando City beat Columbus 3-1. Orlando drawing even in points in the table against Inter Miami because of that win. Portland took down LAFC 1-0, and San Diego a 1-0 victory over Nashville SC. Now tonight in MLS play. Outside of this one in South Florida, 37th minute from Atlanta, and Atlanta United has a 1-0 lead on the Seattle Sounders. Also, just shy of the 40-minute mark from the Queen City, Charlotte and Toronto are 0-0. Austin has a 1-0 lead over DC United in the 38th minute. In the 37th, Colorado Rapids 1 and Philadelphia Union 0. Later on tonight, about to get underway from the Windy City, New York Red Bulls paying a visit to the Fire. That is an 8:30 start time. Same kickoff time for St. Louis City and Minnesota United. Real Salt Lake welcomes in San Jose at 9:30 Eastern time in the late night matchup, Vancouver Whitecaps. And Sporting Kansas City from Canada. Again, 10:30 Eastern time. News breaking right before we went on the air that the German legend Thomas Müller might be a target and might be the newest member of Vancouver Whitecaps. I'm telling you, Inter Miami sets the pace. They made the big push for Rodrigo de Paul, and now all the Inter Miami or all the MLS sides are trying to follow suit. But Inter Miami, there's a reason they're the standard in Major League Soccer. Inter Miami 0 and FC Cincinnati 0. Second half on the way from South Florida. This is the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's DQ Grill and Chill's new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard! This limited time treat combines DQ's signature soft serve, dyed blue of course, along with sugar cookie dough, cake batter flavor, and sprinkles. The Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard is available for a limited time only at DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1, just south of North Lake.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi. Made better.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
PNC Bank salutes you, Soccer on the Radio listener. While others will just read about the match, you're laser focused on every detail. At PNC Bank, we get it. We're all in on helping you make smart money moves and score your financial goals. See how at pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, proud banking sponsor of Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts and Brilliantly Boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
It's Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Ken LaVicka.
We are deadlocked at 0 coming out of the dressing room. Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati, a battle of the 5th place side in the Eastern Conference, Inter Miami, and the top team in the East, FC Cincinnati. I am Ken LaVicka, glad to be with you. Warm, muggy Saturday night in South Florida. It is late July, that's expected, and we are back underway in half number 2 from Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. To my right, Oscar Gonzalez, the OG on-site engineer. I am Ken LaVicka, and Inter Miami put 2 shots on target in the opening half. FC Cincinnati with 1, and no substitutions at halftime. Again, a reminder, Lionel Messi is suspended. Jordi Alba is suspended, both due to skipping the MLS All-Star game. That has been the story of international football over the last 72 hours or so. And then you add into it Rodrigo de Paul being introduced tonight for Inter Miami. After a great spell at Atletico Madrid, the world champion with Argentina. It's been quite a night Inter Miami is giving some problems to FC Cincinnati in the right defensive third as Suarez was tripped up outside the penalty arc. No whistle from Torrey Penso, the referee, who has been under siege. And then a foul against Inter Miami. And Ben Kremoski, who's got to be careful, he's on a yellow. Valenzuela went to ground at the border of the left defensive third. Rodrigo de Paul, again introduced to all of the fans here in South Florida before the match tonight, and promptly took a seat next to one of his great friends and fellow world champion with Argentina, Lionel Messi. De Paul will wear the number 7, which means Fafa Pico, who has offered up his number 7, and De Paul wears that with Argentina when he's on international duty. Pico has just doubled his 7, and he's now 14. And he's looked pretty good with that 14 here tonight. He had a point-blank header on a perfect ball across from Luis Suarez, denied by Roman Celentano. Almost got ahead on a beautiful feed from Weigott past the half-hour mark, but Pico, who is making only his 5th start of the season, 15th appearance for Javier Mascherano's Inter Miami side, has been extremely active and looked dangerous here tonight. Inter Miami attacking right to left. They're in their right defensive third, and an attempt to play it out of the back deflected by Anunga. Here's Cincinnati, right side of the penalty arc. Valenzuela had to play it back, wanted Kamara, but he is played off the ball well by Ben Kremoski, who is starting for the first time this season at left back for Inter Miami. And Kremoski will win it back for his blue-clad side. Brand new Riptide uniforms for Inter Miami. If you don't have the shirt yet, I would suggest you buy it. It is absolutely beautiful. We know that the pink Inter Miami shirt is one of the most popular on the planet. Man, this blue shirt is absolutely gorgeous. A piece of fashion mastery, if I may say so myself. FC Cincinnati, right attacking third along the near touchline. Lujan sweeps the ball away, high and floating, and out of play near the midfield stripe near side, and it'll be a throw-in for FC Cincinnati. We have played about 3 minutes in the second half. Inter Miami, in second halves this season, they have been outscored 7-5 between the half-hour mark and into the second half at the hour mark. So we're in a little bit of a danger area here. And FC Cincinnati trying to run with Kamara into the right attacking third. He couldn't get on the end of it, and then bodies collide. FC Cincinnati comes out of there with it. Evander in the penalty arc. Tries to hold up play. Now he's looking for options. Lays it off Anunga. Now left side of the box. Cincinnati threatening. Weigott trying to mark, and the flag is up offside. FC Cincinnati. So Inter Miami did well to get back defensively, get it shape, and then play Cincinnati offside. Inter Miami, only the second time they have been level at halftime this season at Chase Stadium. This is the 4th time FC Cincinnati has had a draw away from their home surface, TQL Stadium. 4th time that they have had an even scoreline going to the dressing room. FC Cincinnati, one of the best, in fact, the best away side in terms of wins and points in the table this season, but in the second half, they're -1 goal differential away. 9 goals for, 10 against. Inter Miami trying some nifty over-the-shoulder passing in the left attacking half, and it falls to Pico. Left attacking third, right side of the box. Pico! He's denied by the keeper. 1v1. A sliding save. Celentano got a right leg on it before it goes out of play, but it wouldn't have mattered as Pico was offside. Late flag up on the far side. And upon the replay, yes, that was the correct call, as Pico was about a half body offside. One heck of a quality save from Roman Celentano that won't go on the stat sheet either. My goodness. Looking along the Inter Miami touchline, a number of players are up and getting loose for Inter Miami. I see Yannick Bright, Ryan Saylor is there as well. As FC Cincinnati tries to play it out of the back. Yedlin had it tackled away by Pico, and Inter Miami's going to win it left attacking half. Aviles into the middle channel. Suarez back to goal, makes the turn. Then Suarez lost his footing. He's pulled down, late whistle, and there's the foul. That is going to be Pavel Buka, the guilty party. And Inter Miami is going to have, or actually that was Miazga, guilty of the foul. And Inter Miami in the middle channel at the border of the left attacking third. This is about 35 yards out. Probably a bit too far for a free kick blast. Although Luis Suarez lines it up. Will he try and put a missile right leg behind it on the border of the left attacking third, or is he going to try and serve something up? He has 10 assists on the year. That leads Inter Miami. 0-0, Inter Miami, FC Cincinnati. Late stages, 51st minute. There's the whistle as Suarez looks on towards goal. Suarez approaches. Suarez, he's going to roll it to the right of the penalty arc. Back to Suarez. He tried to curl it upper right on the return feed from Busquets. Suarez, there was contact on his left ankle, but the referee said not enough to blow the whistle. Earn another free kick just outside the penalty arc, and it's going to be a goal kick for FC Cincinnati. And that's probably the right call as Suarez was able to deliver the shot off the mark, and then his momentum carried him into an FC Cincinnati player. Inter Miami wins the ball back, left attacking half. Suarez tried to turn at the top of the box after the ball was played to him by Redondo in the midfield circle. As he stepped in front of the goal kick, Redondo with a beautiful header into the penalty arc for Suarez, and he tried to sidewind it, turning to his right hip, and he mishit it, and it trickled onto the keeper, Roman Celentano. Oh, Suarez, if he has his foot about an inch higher, he probably connects square on that ball. And now Celentano's taking his time, and Inter Miami players are desperately calling for a delay of game and a yellow against the keeper, and the referee simply just let everything slide. The ball pinballs in the midfield, and FC Cincinnati's going to win a right attacking half throw-in in the 53rd minute. A 0-0 scoreline, Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Inter Miami, even goal differential at home this season, 11 goals for, 11 against. And a long ball for Cincinnati, left defensive half, and it finds the target in the right portion of the pitch, but Aviles was able to push it back to the midfield circle, but FC Cincinnati and Anunga able to get right back on the ball. Oh, strong move, Orellano to the outside left channel. He lays it off Valenzuela. Valenzuela up outside the penalty arc. Delivered to the right. Yedlin, right side of the box. His cross to the back post, and Evander unmarked put it up and over goal, and 15 rows deep. It took a carom at the last moment on that cross that changed the trajectory of the ball. That was a delicious ball from Yedlin, and it was Weigott who got a leg on it, and that threw off the timing of Evander, who sent the ball into the South Florida night. But that will go down as the best, most dangerous chance of the night for the visitors from Cincinnati. Danger time for Inter Miami. Evander, who had a brace, 2 second-half goals against Inter Miami 10 nights ago, nearly broke our deadlock. But it remains 0-0, and we welcome you to the 55th minute here in Fort Lauderdale on the flagship, the Inter Miami Radio Network, ESPN 106.3, the Deportes Radio FC app, and around the world on YouTube, where thousands are listening and taking this one in. And on behalf of everybody with Inter Miami, we welcome you from every corner of the globe. No Lionel Messi tonight, but this has been a match that has had plenty of action for a 0-0 scoreline. Lujan, left attacking half for Inter Miami. If you're just joining us, Rodrigo de Paul is official, signed by Inter Miami. He has passed the physicals. His loan that will turn into a permanent transfer from Atletico Madrid. The Argentine world champion And here's a long ball defensive half. Pico, left attacking third, touches it on to Kromoski. Into the middle, Suarez could not have it fall to him on what was a pretty dangerous ball from Kromoski. And now FC Cincinnati on the counter. Kamara into the right attacking third for FC Cincinnati. Look out, Valenzuela plays it to his back heel, left foot, and a short hop save. Rocco Rios Novo on the near post. He set himself up well, cut off the angle, and he distributes to Busquets. Now Inter Miami wants to run. Here they come into the left attacking half quickly. Here's Suarez. Left attacking third, right channel, give it Pico. He'll spray to the outside. Now back to the right flank. Suarez into the middle channel. Busquets about 30 yards away. Busquets, square ball. Ground level to Redondo, now left of the box. Kromoski, Inter Miami is on the left side of the pitch. Middle channel, Busquets has some room. Busquets floats it into the box. Wanted Suarez, never got through. It's headed away. And FC Cincinnati gives it away again. Inter Miami left defensive third again. Left of the box, Suarez. Left side of the area, gave it Kromoski. Won it along the end line. Gives it back off Pico left of the area. His cross deflected. It's on to Redondo outside the penalty arc. He's going to win it back for Inter Miami. Good holding play here from Inter Miami. 0-0, 57th minute. Inter Miami retreats momentarily, but now Suarez right side of the box. Good control. He got to the middle. Suarez scored! Left foot! Oh no, he put it offside netting just outside the far post with a left foot. Oh, Luis Suarez nearly scored after navigating around 3 defenders. Suarez thought he had planted it, but it was the outside of the net. Put Miazga on skates, did Suarez, just wide of the goal. And we're still 0-0. But man, Inter Miami is playing extremely aggressive football right now. Busquets is trying to chase down Buca to the left defensive third, and then Pico almost won a ball away along the near touchline. In the left defensive third for FC Cincinnati. It goes off of his shins, and it will roll out of play. A deep defensive corner near side throw in FC Cincinnati. Kai Kamara is going to come off. Our first substitutions, and they're going to come via FC Cincinnati. So Sergio Santos replaces Kai Kamara. Valenzuela is the other substitution, so both forwards come off. Teenage Hudabi, the Zimbabwe international, comes in for FC Cincinnati. Meanwhile, Javier Mascherano keeping his 11. That started the match to this point. 58th minute into the 59th, 0-0. Inter Miami, left defensive third. Allende to the right side of the box. Wagon collects. Wagon rolls it to the outside of the area, upper right. Now it's sent to the near side. Busquets with a right foot delivers it. Kromoski left of the box. Kromoski on his right foot to the left wing. Busquets. Busquets, instead of delivering it across, sends it to the penalty arc. Wanted Allende. Poor first touch for Allende. That's pretty common for him. And then Redondo shown a yellow as he made contact with Buca in FC Cincinnati's left defensive half. And that's the third yellow of the night for Inter Miami. Redondo shown the book of the referee, Tori Penso. Aviles and Kromoski also in her book. And now Javier Mascherano will certainly want to start thinking about substitutions, but he doesn't have a ton of options. With Messi and Alba suspended, Falcone suspended due to yellow accumulation, and injuries abound. FC Cincinnati unable to feed a ball from the left defensive half to the right attacking half. Yedlin wanted to pick out Sergio Santos for Santos' first touch since coming on as a substitute, but he fell down. And now Inter Miami in the right defensive third. Good ball from Redondo on to Pico. Pico pushes it near touchline, 30 yards away, outside left channel to Kromoski, and now it's played back into the Inter Miami defensive half. We are an hour in, 0-0, Inter Miami Good layoff Allende on a long ball. Left defensive third to the right of the box. Here is Luis Suarez for Inter Miami. Drives into the area. Suarez to the end line. Suarez cuts it back, fell down. And Cincinnati won it back. And the ball rolls out of play. Right end line. Goal kick, FC Cincinnati. Suarez lost his footing. He was trying to find a way to maybe get it onto his left foot and get a little bit of a better angle towards goal, but for the second or third time tonight, Suarez slipped on this natural surface. So now FC Cincinnati trying to play out of the back. Good ball, Yedlin into the defensive midfield, and now look out. It's Evander from the midfield circle. Good ball to the outside, far left touchline, border of the right attacking third, FC Cincinnati. Goodeby, his opening touch in the attack for the visitors. From just off the Ohio River, Evander, middle channel. Attacking midfield, FC Cincinnati, an extended spell of possession here. First time we've seen this in a while as we cross the threshold into the 62nd minute. 2 substitutions have entered the match for Cincinnati. Still have yet to see one from Inter Miami. Briefly into the left defensive half is FC Cincinnati, and now it'll be pushed on near touchline. Right attacking half, Oreshano. Oreshano against Kromaski. Kromaski tackled it away across the near touchline. Throw in FC Cincinnati. Oreshano to Yedlin. Oreshano got around Kromaski. Oreshano driving forward. Good toe poke. Deflection by Busquets, and another near side throw in. This time right attacking third, FC Cincinnati. DeAndre Yedlin, the former Inter Miami captain. 0-0. The throw in. Cincinnati has it right of the box. Inter Miami wins it though. Segovia pushes the ball forward. Suarez wanted to deliver it back to Segovia and did, and a foul as Segovia was trucked from behind in the Inter Miami right defensive third. That's Pavel Buka called for the foul. A former Czech first division man. Busquets from his right defensive half. Will play it to Lujan. He'll go near side to far side with a curling ball onto Aviles, and Inter Miami in blue playing it out of their back four. Good turn at the midfield by Tadeo Allende. It's one of the best first balls he's played in a long time. Now at the midfield stripe, Inter Miami comfortable just playing it back into their right defensive half calmly and resetting as Redondo sails towards the center circle. A little bit of a lackadaisical ball to Busquets, but it was pushed right back on to Lujan, and Inter Miami back to work. Rios Novo outside his box for Inter Miami. Sends it back to Redondo. Now Inter Miami with Segovia left of the midfield circle. He's charging into the left attacking half. Sends a ball up to Kromaski. A curling cross near side to far side. Did not get to Allende. That was close though. It was slid away by Goodeby. And now the chase is on for a ball in the midfield. Right attacking half. Good job by Oreshano to navigate around Kromaski. Now he feeds it Evander on the left wing. Evander has an option to his left flank. Evander had it tackled away by Redondo, but then it's won back by Anunga of Cincinnati. Anunga, left side of the box. Anunga, look out. Anunga still going. It's loose outside the 6-yard area, and it's tackled by Lujan outside the 6-yard box. And now Inter Miami is trying to push forward, left attacking half. Suarez got behind the defense after he ran into a Cincinnati player. Suarez played through Pico into the box. He was crashed on from behind. The ball goes out of play across the end line, and the referee says play on. Oh, that is a nightmare no decision from Torrey Penso, who's done it again to Inter Miami. Papa Pico absolutely crunched from behind on a beautiful ball from Suarez to the left side of the box. Yedlin absolutely tripped him, caught him with a sweeping right leg. You saw it clearly as he got to the ball on the replay. There's also a pull of the shirt as well. And in the 65th minute, it remains 0-0. Pico is furious as he took a water bottle from the end line, took a sip, and then whipped it against the sponsor signage behind the goal. Yedlin was cramping for a moment. Oh, this crowd is raining boos on the referee, Torrey Penso. Javier Mascherano is absolutely letting the fourth official have it on the near touchline. After a quick VAR check, the no call was upheld, and now look out, FC Cincinnati, right attacking third. Chugging to it is Santos in the right portion of the box. Tried to feed it to the top of the area, and it's a strong clearance by Weigott of Inter Miami. Pico brought the ball down, but then Anunga won it right back. Or make that, yeah, it was Anunga for FC Cincinnati. And Cincinnati in the attacking midfield, right channel, maneuvers forward. Uka into the middle channel, near side to far side, finds Evander, left wing. Evander inside the box, a tough shot. Rios Novo with the save, he gave up a rebound. Santos the follow, it's cleared off the line by Gonzalo Lujan, who saves the day. It was rolling towards the goal line, and Lujan was able to deliver it away from disaster. Oh, goodness. This place is electric right now, trying to urge on the home side without Messi and without Alba and without Falcone, severely undermanned, trying to grab a result from the top team in Major League Soccer. Suarez down in the midfield, the referee says play on. Inter Miami is going to push forward though. Allende left attacking third far side. Sends the ball right side of the box. And it's won by Cincinnati, but it's Segovia. He's able to steal it back. He's right of the penalty arc. Lays it middle channel, Suarez. Suarez on the turn. Suarez, right foot, and he chunked it over the crossbar from 21 yards out. The crowd was rising in anticipation, but Suarez did not hit it particularly well. 68-15, 68-16. Oh, Gonzalo Lujan, as we look at the replay, denies Sergio Santos the rebound goal after the initial save from Rios Novo on a shot from Evander. Bounced outside of his arm's length. Rios Novo did have a save on the 16th in the 3-0 loss at Cincinnati that fell right to Evander for a tap-in goal. He avoided that same fate thanks to Lujan this time around. Inter Miami wins it in the left attacking third, but a late whistle and a foul called against Inter Miami. I will look like an easy Segovia interception, played it back to Pico. Pico is headed to the fourth official and is furious. The referee's gonna pull out a card, and I think that she's gonna show it to Javier Mascherano. This is absolute nonsense. Torrey Penso has lost control of the match, and it is her fault. She is the one who has lost control of the match, and Mascherano's been shown a yellow. I mean, this is atrocious, and that's a dive from Miles Robinson on the foul call. Nil-nil. Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati continue to do battle as we bring you to the 70th minute. Now Suarez wins the ball in the Inter Miami defensive half, right side of the pitch, out of Busquets. Into the attacking midfield circle, Suarez. Allende had to hold up a run, and Suarez tried to chip it up the right channel, and instead it's going to roll into the box, and it's collected by FC Cincinnati's Roman Celentano. While Inter Miami has looked dangerous, Celentano hasn't been particularly busy for Cincinnati here in this second half. 70-25 reads the clock here at Chase Stadium. We're going to have a third substitution now for FC Cincinnati. It's going to be Elvis Powell, the Jamaican international, as Miles Robinson's night is done. Or no, Yedlin. That's Yedlin. My apologies. So DeAndre Yedlin will walk off. Elvis Powell, he played 5 minutes against Inter Miami 10 days ago. And he enters the match with about 20 minutes remaining. 0-0, Inter Miami, FC Cincinnati doing battle. Square ball from the far side defensive half to the left attacking third. Pico is fighting for it, and he's called for a foul as Powell goes to ground just outside the FC Cincinnati box. Torrey Penso blows her whistle, and it's another foul, much to the dismay of this South Florida crowd. And now Inter Miami's first two substitutions are going to enter. Noah Allen making his triumphant return for Inter Miami. Since he went out and they lost to Paris Saint-Germain in the FIFA Club World Cup, Gonzalo Lujan had a strong night at center back for Inter Miami. So Noah Allen back from his hamstring, and Yannick Bright is going to send Federico Redondo to the bench, and Redondo was extremely solid for a second straight match for Javier Mascherano's side. So Noah Allen returns for Inter Miami for the first time since the FIFA Club World Cup. The Inter Miami homegrown, and Yannick Bright is in for Inter Miami. Inter Miami gives it away in the right defensive third near the end line. A clearance away from the near post by Yannick Bright on a ball that was fed by Oreshano. From the right of the box, the end line, tried to play it back, and Bright sent it across the end line for an FC Cincinnati corner, near side to far side. Well done by Yannick Bright. Read that well. So the corner is going to come from Oreshano, and his left foot, he's going to in-swing it, near side to far side, and we have a pitch invader who wanted a picture with Luis Suarez, and he got his selfie. The crowd celebrates as he's escorted off by security. It's been a while since Luis Suarez has had a pitch invader look for a selfie. And by the way, that pitch invader was wearing a Uruguay shirt. Now FC Cincinnati with an near side to far side corner in the 73rd minute. Luca Oreshano to do the duties as Evander sits right of the box. Torrey Penso, the referee, tries to organize traffic on the far post. Yannick Bright in a shoving match with Matt Miazga. Nobody is really urgently following her direction right now. And now Sergio Busquets and Miazga going to be called over by the referee for a talking to, and now we're ready for the corner. Into the 74th minute, no score. The in-swinger, this is to the back post, and it's up and over everybody, and it's out of play. And it was a foul in the box against FC Cincinnati anyways. Suarez is joined with Tom Bryan and Nunga, the physical Cincinnati midfielder. So Noah Allen in the match. He's playing center back for Inter Miami, as Kromoski remains at left back after the substitution. Inter Miami in their defensive midfield. Segovia lays it off Busquets at the midway point of that right portion of the pitch. And now here is Weigand. Weigand evaded a defender, sent to Suarez in the midfield circle. He's going to make a turn, heads into the left channel. Now Suarez, standing flat-footed, will roll it into the middle portion of the left attacking half for Sergio Busquets. Now outside right channel. This is Yannick Bright. Bright pushed it ahead. Weigand sent it to the right side of the box, cleared away by Putterby, and it stayed in play far side, and then a crashing tackle by Marcelo Weigand as he made contact with Sergio Santos. of Cincinnati on the far touchline. Inter Miami's left defensive half. And Torrey Penso comes over the referee to make sure that nobody comes together for any extracurriculars. 3/4 of the way through this one, 75-50, 75-51, 75-52. I am Kent LaVicka here at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale as we near 8 o'clock Eastern time in South Florida. And Inter Miami wins a ball in their right defensive third. Good short-range passing. Trying to maneuver out of the back. Busquets, now Bright, now Segovia, and he'll send it near side. Kromaski, who's going to one-touch right-footed on to Noah Allen. Noah Allen, nifty footwork, looking spry after his hamstring strain. And Inter Miami still in its right defensive half. Busquets rolls the ball, midfield circle, briefly in the attacking half. Suarez, backwards pass to Segovia. Segovia sends a ball up the near left touchline, left attacking half. Kromaski able to get there. Kromaski to the left wing, Segovia. Segovia pressured, gave it Busquets in the middle channel. Now off to the right side in the flank, Weigand. 30 yards out, Suarez on the turn, about even with the right border of the box. Back to Weigand, outside right wing. Weigand going near side to far side with his dribble. Rolls it onto Segovia. Segovia, now Kromaski. Top of the box extended near side, left side. Kromaski back into the middle for Busquets. He's going to have to defer to Noah Allen. Still in the left defensive half is Inter Miami. Here's Aviles. Aviles whips in a high delivery left of the box, and Segovia could not bring it down, but he won it left to the area. Segovia still battling, and he's able to pick out Kromaski along the touchline. Kromaski, his cross, back post, and he wanted Pico. It's headed away by FC Cincinnati at Hudeby, and it's going to be a corner, far side and near side for Inter Miami. That was a prodigious delivery from Ben Kromaski. And lurking was Fafa Pico, as he has been doing the vast majority of the night. 78th minute. This Inter Miami corner brought to you by Leiter, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, representing injured people and their families more than 35 years. High corner, left side of the box. It falls to Suarez outside the upper left of the area. Suarez had an attempt to send a square ball deflected. It's still going to make its way into the right wing, and now Busquets whips it top of the box. It did not find Pico, though, and Cincinnati's going to finally be able to play it out of the back. Good physical play, Allende, but he bounced right off of Alvis Powell, and he won it back. But then Yannick Bright, a strong play in the midfield to win it for Inter Miami. Look at the footwork here for Talasco Segovia. Inter Miami back into the left attacking third. Now attacking midfield, Noah Allen with a left foot onto Busquets. Busquets looks on, threads the needle on a pass, Segovia left wing. Segovia wants to play it through, could not get it to Suarez. Miles Robinson intercepted it as we get near 79 minutes. A giveaway Cincinnati. Here's Allende. Let it roll through to Suarez. Suarez couldn't find Allende, and then Weigand couldn't win it for Inter Miami, and Evander has it. It is a 3-on-4 odd man opportunity for FC Cincinnati into the right attacking third. As Inter Miami tries to scramble back defensively. Evander, middle channel, looks like he's got some heavy legs right now. And Evander is going to push a ball, square ball to the near side on the touchline, right attacking third. Powell, across, and it's plucked out of midair, right outside the 6-yard box in the right area by Rocco Rios Novo. As we are within 30 seconds of the 80th minute. Long ball forward, Pico, and he won it near the touchline. The flag stayed down, but Pico having trouble finding reinforcements. There are some lead-heavy legs out there for this extremely undermanned Inter Miami side. Battle of the two sides who have won the last two supporter shields in Major League Soccer. Here's Weigand, right wing. Now Suarez, he'll deliver a ball to the far right touchline. Inter Miami in the left attacking third. Allende, I don't know what in the world he was trying to do there. As he sent a ball right of the area. I think he thought Weigand was going to make a run. Weigand was just planted there, and Inter Miami gives up possession. Luis Suarez, hands on hips, tries to assess. Javier Mascherano steps to the touchline. You wonder if there's going to be a flurry of subs here. He still has 3 to work with in the final 9 minutes, and then whatever is tacked on at the end by the referee, Tori Penso. Cincinnati plays it back to their keeper. Left side of this field, Celentano will send it to the midfield, and Ben Kromaski chested it down on a Noah Allen, and Allen will sweep it back to Inter Miami's yellow-clad keeper, Rocco Rios Novo. The 24-year-old, 4th start of the season, but his 7th appearance due to injuries or red card suspensions. He started at Atlanta United early in the year. That was a victory for Inter Miami. Fafa Pico, the game winner, after Oscar Ustari was shown red in the home match against Charlotte and had to serve the suspension. And then Rocco Rios Novo started at New York Red Bulls last Saturday and starts here tonight. Long ball defensive half, 1-on-2. Pico trying to get there, and he ended up winning it at the border of the left, attacking third. Sends it to the outside, Allende. Allende cuts it to his left foot, plays it to the right of the box. Pico turns, and he slapped it off of nobody. It's going to be a goal kick for Cincinnati. Pico wanted to try and play it off of Miazga, and he mishit it, and instead shanked it into the seats with his right foot. Tried to cut it across his body, did Pico, and again, there are some tired extremities out there. Busquets sends a ball left side of the box, and Suarez all of a sudden got through 2 defenders and nearly got a head on it. The keeper, Celentano, had to punch it away. A collision of bodies, and then Yannick Breitz called for a foul in the midfield, trying to win it away from Luca Orellano of Cincinnati. Oh man, Luis Suarez was unaccounted for on a long ball. The Busquets just sort of sailed into no man's land. It checked up left side of the box, and suddenly Suarez was there. Much to the horror of the goalkeeper for Cincinnati, Roman Celentano, who now is on the ball in a much more comfortable position. It's on his feet, top of the box. Oh, he rolled it a little bit lazily into the middle, almost picked off by Busquets, played back to the keeper, and now it is sent off to the keeper's right. Orellano makes the turn, and here he comes charging. Great head of speed into the right attacking half. Now right attacking third. Wanted to play it through, and it was intercepted. A foot found it, Noah Allen. But Cincinnati, after a miscue, looking for Wagon, will win it back along the end line. Orellano onto the left wing. Hudeby. 0-0. 83:45 on the clock. Evander on the left wing. His pass was deflected, and Pico has it for Inter Miami. Good ball to Segovia. He'll roll it back to the edge of the box. Kromaski, and FC Cincinnati retreats. That's well done by Inter Miami. Now Kromaski on the turn, and Noah Allen has it in his left center back position, and Inter Miami lurches forward. Right defensive half still. Long ball. Wagon wanted Suarez, headed away easily by Cincinnati, and now into the midfield. It was Buca, chested it down, and sent it on to Anunga. Anunga charges into the right attacking half. Up that right wing. Give it off Orellano. Orellano angling left with his dribble. He's even with the right border of the box. 30 yards out of Vander in the middle channel of Yannick Breitz, and he'll roll it to the outside. Looking for a cross from that far side. Nobody there, and Rocco Rios Novo calls off Aviles and scoops the ball up into his chest. That's really one of the first times Rocco Rios Novo has looked comfortable taking command, communicating back there. He was a bit hesitant against New York Red Bulls in that 5-1 Inter Miami win last weekend. That's better from Rocco Rios Novo. 0-0 Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Messi and Alba suspended tonight for Inter Miami. They'll be able to return against Necaxa. First match of the Leagues Cup Wednesday night right here in Fort Lauderdale. Cincinnati able to grab the ball in their attacking midfield. And a miscommunication. Santos had a ball intercepted, but then Allende with a bad first touch. And it's taken back by FC Cincinnati. Rashano, well done by Ben Kromoski to take it off his feet and make that Noah Allen, and Noah Allen will earn a defensive third throw-in for Inter Miami from the near touch line. Looking at Javier Mascherano, and I don't see anybody preparing to sub in. Busquets off the throw-in, will lift the ball to Suarez. Suarez swipes the ball, left attacking third, and Allende is on it. Allende checks up on the left wing, then had it tackled away, and it's across the near touch line. Throw in Cincinnati. Allende is just a bit of a liability 1v1. He can't get around anybody, and he doesn't trust his touch. So Cincinnati has it in its left defensive half. 86th minute. It has been a valiant effort from the home side. They have had opportunities to score. We'll see if they can ask a few more questions here in the final 4 minutes, and however many minutes are tacked on due to added time, can they at least get a result without Messi and Alba and Falcone? In the left defensive third is Cincinnati. Anunga skies a ball near touchline in the right attacking half. Poked out of play, right foot Aviles, throw in FC Cincinnati. And now more substitutions still for FC Cincinnati. Brad Smith is going to enter. So Brad Smith is in. And Corey Baird comes on as well. Orishano comes off for FC Cincinnati. And Inter Miami has it in its right defensive third. Allen sends a long ball ahead. He mishit that. And it never sailed to Allende, who was charging hard up the middle of the pitch. We are across the border of the 88th minute. 88:09, 0-0, Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Ball goes out of play, far touchline near the midfield stripe for FC Cincinnati, and a quick throw-in for the visitors. Evander on the left wing. Can he present heroics? He has it dispossessed. Pico has it for Inter Miami in the defensive half, right side. At Real Salt Lake last weekend, FC Cincinnati an 87th minute goal to pull out 3 points. Inter Miami's trying to avoid that fate here tonight. Weigott now to Yannick Bright. Now Pico, far touchline into the left attacking half. But he immediately distributed beyond the midfield stripe into the defensive portion, but now Allen glides up for Inter Miami. Feeds it to the middle channel, Segovia left attacking half. Suarez trying to back heel to Allende. That was swept away by Cincinnati, but back on to Noah Allen on the left wing. Square ball near side to far side, well done. And it is played down by Pico. Pico right of the box. Pico has two defenders on it. Fafa Pico. And he sent it across that looked like it went off of a hand. That might be looked at on the right border of the box. But Cincinnati, after play resumed, wins it back. It's tackled out of play by Pico of Inter Miami. And the referee, is she going to look at it? She's just saying play on. Again, this is absolutely mind-boggling, just jaw-dropping. And now a yellow is shown by the referee to Weigott. And now we have another pitch invader. This is absolute chaos here at Chase Stadium. That was Anunga who had the ball, hit his hand. Or no, Hudaby. And that, I think he might have been outside of the area. It certainly hit his hand in an unnatural position, but it might have just been outside the right portion of the area. Meanwhile, play restarts. Here's Allende for Inter Miami, had it tackled away. Looked like it was another handball against Cincinnati that they got away with. We are across 90 minutes in this 0-0 scoreline, Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. Can Inter Miami get a result here at home without Messi and Alba against the top side in Major League Soccer? And FC Cincinnati nearly gave it away in the left defensive half. Mascherano with the ball in front of him thought that on a pass from the attacking side to the defensive portion, it went across the touchline, and the referee decided to play on, and he screams at the fourth official. Meanwhile, FC Cincinnati wins it in the midfield. 3 additional minutes. 3 minutes of added time here in Fort Lauderdale. A foul against Inter Miami far side against Wega. And in the right attacking half, far touchline, make that right attacking third. It'll be FC Cincinnati with a free kick. About 5 yards from the touchline and 36, 37 yards away. It's Evander who stands over it, trying to whip something into a danger area. As we are 1 minute into 3 additional. Evander with his right foot swings it into the box. Look out, it's headed down and it's in the back of the net. It's a goal into the left side of Rocco Rios Novo's goal. And it's Miles Robinson. Was the flag up? There's a disagreement. There's a disagreement about if Robinson was offside, and this might be close. The scoreboard still reads 0-0 here in the 92nd minute. Has Miles Robinson stolen 3 points for FC Cincinnati? And it's a they disallowed the goal. They're looking at it now. They disallowed the goal. They called a foul in the box on Robinson. The scoreboard still reads 0-0 here in Fort Lauderdale. Rios Novo has put the ball on the 6-yard box. As if it's a foul. Pat Noonan looks on for FC Cincinnati. The question is, did Robinson grab Allen by the shirt as they fought for the ball in the box? Robinson headed it into the left side of the goal. They are still looking at this. This has taken an awful long time. And the longer they look at this, I don't think it bodes particularly well for Inter Miami. Is it a Miles Robinson game winner, or is Inter Miami going to escape with a point? And it's no goal! No goal! We're still level, 0-0. It appears, and yes, the referee says no goal. So Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati still 0-0. And now, after play restarts, Allende for Inter Miami to Suarez in the left attacking half. Inter Miami showing some urgency here. 94-26 on the clock. There were 3 additional minutes added on. And then Wagon is tackled off the ball. The referee says we're going to keep going. On the counter, here's Cincinnati. Long ball up ahead. Trying to get on the end of it was Allen. He did as Rios Novo sent it back into the midfield. Inter Miami left attacking half. Here's Yannick Bright. Now Kremoski back to the near touchline left attacking half. Good footwork, holds up play. Short range pass, couldn't get it to Bright. Getting close to the end of this one. A giveaway by Cincinnati. Yannick Bright, left wing, into the middle channel. Suarez, he headed it behind him. Pico trying to fight for the ball. There's a collision. The referee says play on. Coming back into the left attacking half, Wagon, as Hudubile is injured. And now the referee is going to stop play to check on an injury for FC Cincinnati. She stopped play with Inter Miami, charging forward into the left attacking third. Honeybee was on the ground, and she stopped play to check for a head injury. Inter Miami players are absolutely furious. Javier Mascherano went charging back to the fourth official. Both sides will feel like they were jobbed on multiple occasions here tonight. Inter Miami about 3 or 4 times. FC Cincinnati with what they believed would have been the game-winning goal in the 92nd minute on a Miles Robinson header where he was called for a foul against Noah Allen. That call upheld on VAR review. We had 3 added minutes tacked on to the full 90. We have 96:34 on the clock now. Hoodabee's going to have to come off. Inter Miami might have one chance to, from distance, right of the midfield circle, or in the midfield circle, lob it into the box for something miraculous. Busquets plays it to Kremoski on the left wing. Now back near the midfield stripe. Allen to the far side. Weygott. Is Weygott going to deliver it? Here it is. Into the middle of the box. Segovia trying to get it to Suarez, and it was hooked out of play. Inter Miami back on it, 30 yards away. How much time do they have? Weygott rolls it right side of the area. Suarez to Yannick Bryan. His cross, and it's headed away by Cincinnati from the mouth of goal. It was almost a game winner for Inter Miami. Oh my goodness. Allende was standing there in the vicinity as Bright nearly had Segovia, rather. Here's a corner, far side to near side. Cincinnati heads it away. Job not done, though, on the clearance. Noah Allen kept it in the left attacking third. He'll lob it to the box, and that's headed away from the left portion of the area. Look out. Here is FC Cincinnati. Good job of Velez as he slid it away from Brad Smith. It goes out of play across the touchline. Throw in Cincinnati. We have now played 5 extra minutes. And there's the final whistle on what was a wild, wild match in Fort Lauderdale. And the boos are out for the referee, Tori Penso. Inter Miami without the suspended Lionel Messi. Inter Miami without the suspended Jordi Alba. Inter Miami without the suspended Maxi Falcone. Draw a point from FC Cincinnati in Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami upset with the officiating, with the refereeing all night long. Thought they should have had at least 2 penalties awarded to them. FC Cincinnati will feel as if they had the game-winning goal in the 92nd minute wrongfully taken off the scoreboard after VAR review on a foul in the box. And it is full time from Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati play to 0-0. So Inter Miami, for the time being, back in sole possession of 5th in the Eastern Conference, 1 point better than Orlando City, but unable to take advantage of the loss that Columbus Crew suffered last night. They still sit 4th in the table. And Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati on the season 0-1-1 for Inter Miami against the Cincinnati side. The man of the match has been awarded to Roman Celentano, the FC Cincinnati goalkeeper, and I can't argue with that. But what an effort tonight from Inter Miami. A tumultuous last 2 days, a lot of frustration, a lot of anger and fury over the decision from MLS to suspend Messi and Alba, but Inter Miami able to grab a point in the table without 3 starters tonight and very thin along the back line. I'll say from an Inter Miami standpoint, bravo to Ben Kremoski at left back. Filling in a spot where he hasn't played in quite some time, and he was robust after being able to get a feel after the first couple of minutes of action. Luis Suarez had his moments tonight for Inter Miami. So did Telesco Segovia. At the death, Inter Miami nearly had Yannick Bright pick out Telesco Segovia right at the face of goal, but it's not enough. And it's a 0-0 final. We will start the post game after this from Fort Lauderdale. We'll have highlights, we'll have numbers, and we'll have reaction. Inter Miami, FC Cincinnati, 0-0. This is Inter Miami football.
The weather is heating up and summer is here. Stay cool with EDS air conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
A bicycle kick is a risky move, and risky can be exciting for soccer, but not for your money. PNC Bank believes boring is better. It's the smart and steady way to manage your finances and save the excitement for all you want to do in life. See how at pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865 and proud to sponsor Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985 and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
It's Theo Dorsey, and I'm feeling hot, hot, hot. Temperatures are up, but your water shouldn't be full of mystery floaties. Culligan's got your back with water testing and reverse osmosis systems to keep things clean, cool, and crisp this summer. And get this, you can try it for just $10 a month. Stay cool, stay hydrated, and stop drinking who knows what. Visit Culligan.com today to schedule your free water test.
Hey, Culligan man!
It's Inter Miami Soccer on ESPN 106.3. Let's get back to the pitch. Here's Ken LaVicka.
About the wildest match you're going to see that finishes with an 0-0 scoreline. Inter Miami, they hang in, hang tough, and they may have gotten a bit of a break in added time, and they play to a 0-0 draw with the Supporters Shield leading FC Cincinnati here tonight in Fort Lauderdale. I am Ken Levicka, and to my right, the OG Oscar Gonzalez on-site engineer. Let's take 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves. This is Inter Miami Football.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Here tonight at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, Inter Miami 0, FC Cincinnati 0 on the Inter Miami radio network. And let's go ahead and listen to highlights from this one. The pivotal moment of the second half. Inter Miami thought that it should have received 2 different penalties, at least a penalty on one, and then a look to VAR on a second that could have been subsequently awarded a penalty. The first one came late stages second half. Fafa Pico running into the left side of the box on a long ball. He gets struck from behind, and this is how it sounded. A no call from our referee, Torrey Penso.
Suarez got behind the defense after he ran into a Cincinnati player. Suarez played through Pico into the box. He was crashed on from behind. The ball goes out of play across the end line, and the referee says play on. Oh, that is a nightmare no decision from Torrey Penso, who's done it again to Inter Miami.
Torrey Penso deciding to play on after not only did Pico get hit from behind, but he also had his jersey grabbed as well. And the referee did not point to the spot, adding to the frustration of the fact that Inter Miami's not had a single penalty awarded this season. Then, in the near added time portion of the second half, there's a ball delivered from the right side of the area. It hits off of the outstretched, unnatural position right hand of Teenage Hudeby, a second half substitution for Cincinnati. There would be a discussion if they went to VAR about whether or not he was in the box or outside the box. Where did the contact with the hand happen? It was clear contact with the hand, not only in real time, but also upon replay, but not once did VAR get involved. An absolute travesty. Then in the 92nd minute, disaster for Inter Miami. Off of a set piece, Evander floats in a ball from 40 yards out. Miles Robinson, the game winner. Or was it? We are 1 minute into 3 additional. Evander with his right foot swings it into the box. Look out, it's headed down and it's in the back of the net. It's a goal into the left side of Rocco Rios Novo's goal. But the referee would then disallow the goal. She would declare that Miles Robinson committed a foul, grabbing Noah Allen, who was attempting to mark him. VAR would look at it. VAR would uphold the decision that there was a foul that negated the goal. But if you look at the replay, there's not a ton there. FC Cincinnati probably feels like they had 3 points stolen from them, but Inter Miami will certainly feel like they had 2 penalties ripped away from them. And it all ends in a 0-0 draw here tonight. Inter Miami able to get a result from FC Cincinnati without Lionel Messi, without Jordi Alba, without Maxi Falcone, and now they'll head in the Leagues Cup play against Necaxa here on Wednesday night from Fort Lauderdale. Will Rodrigo de Paul play? We don't know. It's probably unlikely, but it hasn't been ruled out. The Argentine world champion and the now former Atletico Madrid star, as he has signed on, officially introduced here tonight as the newest member of Inter Miami. Quick look at the stats from this one here tonight. It was Inter Miami controlling possession, beating FC Cincinnati in possession, 53.7% to 46.3%, 13-8 shots for Inter Miami. Shots on target, 4-3, FC Cincinnati. Both teams blocked 2 shots. 540 passes for Inter Miami to 450 for Cincinnati, and a passing accuracy win for Inter Miami of 1.5%, 88.7 to 86.2. 5-2 corners for Inter Miami. 10-1 total crosses. Inter Miami had its opportunities. Inter Miami was offside twice. FC Cincinnati once. Inter Miami was the better side in expected goals. Both keepers were strong. Rocco Rios Novo for Inter Miami. Roman Celentano for FC Cincinnati. They had 3 saves apiece. 8 clearances for Cincinnati to 3 for Inter Miami. Inter Miami called for 14 fouls. Cincinnati called for 4. 4. How is that even possible? 4 yellows shown to Inter Miami, including Javier Mascherano. Not a single card for FC Cincinnati. And nobody was shown red here tonight from South Florida. 0-0 Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati. When we return, we will go through the MLS scoreboard, and then we will preview the League's Cup for Inter Miami. This is Inter Miami football on the Inter Miami Radio Network.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's DQ Grill and Chill's new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard! This limited time treat combines DQ's signature soft serve, dyed blue of course, along with sugar cookie dough, cake batter flavor, and sprinkles. The Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard is available for a limited time only at DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1 just south of North Lake.
Elevate your drive with the new 2026 Range Rover Velar P250S, where sleek design meets powerful performance. Lease it today for just $749 a month for 36 months, with $6,995 due at signing. This is your chance to command the road in signature Range Rover style. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and make sophistication yours. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Calling all sports fans, grab your MVP card and head to Duffy's where you can catch all of the action. Not an MVP? Sign up for free and start earning rewards today. Duffy's is voted the best sports grill year after year with their award-winning burgers and wings. Don't forget about Duffy's famous 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. And with over 80 TVs in every location, you'll never miss a minute of the game. Visit Duffy'sMVP.com to learn more. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, proudly representing the residents of South Florida since 1985, and proud supporter of Inter Miami on ESPN West Palm. Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath has attorneys across South Florida ready to fight for your rights. They've recovered billions for their clients, and you won't pay anything unless you win your case. If you have been injured, call the attorneys at Lytle, Ryder, Smith, Ivy, and Fronrath, 561-867-4117, or online at foryourrights.com. Main office in West Palm Beach.
When you're in pain and an hour seems like a day seems like a month, there's only one place to go for your treatment. Pain Care Florida. Our pain management specialists have the knowledge and experience in state-of-the-art procedures to relieve pain and get you moving. Time waits for no one, especially when you're in pain. Visit PainCareFlorida.com. Pain Care Florida. Stop hurting, start living today.
Want more from your drive? This is it. The all-new Audi Q5. Best made better.
Putting the ball behind the keeper takes lots and lots and lots of tireless work that leads to something brilliant. It's the same with PNC Bank. They take a smart, practical approach with your money so you can score brilliant financial goals. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865 and proud banking sponsor of Inter Miami CF radio broadcasts. Visit pnc.com/brilliantlyboring. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami postgame show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Mike Rizzo out tonight. Ken LaVicka back with you atop our perch at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. Inter Miami and FC Cincinnati, the premier match of the night in MLS, and it finishes a scoreless draw. Inter Miami gets a point in the table to move into sole possession of 5th place in the Eastern Conference. Still 3 matches in hand of FC Cincinnati, and Inter Miami will go through the regular season in 2025 without defeating FC Cincinnati after losing 10 nights ago on the road 3-0. And tonight, this 0-0 draw, but Inter Miami will have to feel good about itself. They were certainly on the front foot, the more aggressive side for vast portions of this match without Lionel Messi or Jordi Alba, who were suspended controversially for skipping the Major League Soccer All-Star game, and Maxi Falcone unable to play tonight as well, a stalwart along the back line due to yellow card accumulation. And Inter Miami still gets a result from the team that is first in the Supporter Shield table past the midway point of the MLS season, FC Cincinnati. So a 0-0 result here tonight in South Florida. From Atlanta, a late goal from Asaze de Rosario of Seattle, but now Atlanta United, 90+9 has just equalized. Right as we speak, Alexei Miranchuk, much maligned, appearing to be on his way out of Atlanta. He scores an equalizer, a golazo, right at the death. And Atlanta United and Seattle Sounders are going to finish 2-2, a thriller in Atlanta. 90+5, 4-1, Austin in control in the nation's capital over DC United. At halftime from Chicago, the host Fire up 1-0 on New York Red Bulls. St. Louis City has a 1-0 halftime lead on Minnesota United near the Arch. Charlotte beat Toronto 2-0 full-time from the Queen City, while Philadelphia trailed at halftime but ends up exploding in the second half, beating Colorado 3-1. Just underway in Salt Lake City, Real Salt Lake and San Jose, and Vancouver Whitecaps play host to Sporting Kansas City just under an hour from now. In the real-time MLS table, this is what everything looks like, and again, this is ongoing. In the Eastern Conference, it is Philadelphia actually now in real time. Philadelphia with their 3-1 victory. They have leapfrogged FC Cincinnati. Philadelphia now leads the Supporter Shield standings and the Eastern Conference, 50 points, one better than FC Cincinnati. So Inter Miami does in FC Cincinnati's lead atop the East and the league. Nashville, after their loss last night, they sit third, 47 points, while Columbus Crew at 44 points, they lost last night. Inter Miami is 2 points back of Columbus Crew, all alone in 5th. They are one better than Orlando City, who is victorious a night ago. In 7th in the East, it's Charlotte. Then New York City and Chicago sit 8-9. New York Red Bulls have fallen below the playoff line as they trail Chicago 1-0 right now at halftime. In the Western Conference, San Diego FC, they are at the top in their inaugural year. They have 46 points, 4 better than Vancouver Whitecaps. 2 matches in hand, though, for the Caps. Minnesota United trailing at halftime. They are in third at 41 points. Seattle Sounders, they're going to have to settle for a draw in Atlanta. It looked like they were going to get 3 points. They concede right at the death. They are fourth. Portland one behind them. Then LAFC 36 points, 6th place. In 7th, it's Austin. They're going to win tonight, though they just conceded late, but still a 4-2 lead over DC United. Colorado on the right side of the playoff line, along with San Jose, 8-9, and Real Salt Lake sits 10th. That is a look at the real-time MLS table. One final break in this post-game show. We'll preview the Leagues Cup. Necaxa from Liga MX comes to town on Wednesday night. We'll talk about them when we return, and then we'll say goodnight. This is Inter Miami football.
Here, stay cool with EDS Air Conditioning. Right now, qualified customers can take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong in sports, not in your home. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS is the name you can trust since 2006. Visit EDSisyes.com today. Game day comfort starts now. Don't sweat the small stuff.
Kaiser University's flagship campus. The 100-acre residential campus at 2600 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach extends Kaiser University's educational offerings to over 100 degrees. Kaiser University also has an athletic program with 26 national championships, including back-to-back-to-back lacrosse titles, and they just won their first ever national championship for men's tennis. Visit KUSeahawks.com for the latest on the championship flagship campus of Kaiser University.
Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane.
It's DQ Grill and Chill's new Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard! This limited time treat combines DQ's signature soft serve, dyed blue of course, along with sugar cookie dough, cake batter flavor, and sprinkles. The Superman Cake Batter Cookie Dough Blizzard is available for a limited time only at DQ Grill and Chill with 2 locations, 4828 Lake Worth Road and US 1, just south of North Lake.
The pink smoke is in the air. This is the Inter Miami Postgame Show. Here's Mike Rizzo.
Ken LaVicka in for Mike Rizzo. Final couple of moments here from Fort Lauderdale as the postgame party rages on the Hard Rock Terrace in the northwest corner of Chase Stadium here in Fort Lauderdale. And Inter Miami is about to head to the Leagues Cup after tonight's 0-0 decision against FC Cincinnati, dropping FC Cincinnati to second in the East and in the MLS Supporters Shield. Inter Miami now sits alone in 5th place in the Eastern Conference. Still 3 matches in hand of anybody in the discussion for the Supporters Shield. And Inter Miami will get the suspended Lionel Messi and Jordi Alba and Maxi Falcone back for the Leagues Cup on Wednesday. First match of the group stage, Inter Miami and Necaxa. MLS play then resumes on the 9th of August. So group stage action over the next 3 matches for Inter Miami. Make your plans to be with us, all 3 here at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. And it is Inter Miami, it is Necaxa. Necaxa out of Liga MX. They have played 2 matches in their Apertura portion of the Liga MX campaign. Lost to Toluca on July 12th, 3-1, but beat Querétaro 3-1 on the 18th. That was last Friday. They do play tonight against Club America. That is, if you're interested, a Univision presentation in South Florida and throughout the country. That's going to be 11:05 Eastern time. And then Necaxa will come here to South Florida for what should be a very lively one between these 2 sides. Wednesday, 7 o'clock kickoff. 7 o'clock kickoff in the opener of the Leagues Cup group stage. Inter Miami, the 2023 champions. Go online, intermiamicf.com. That's intermiamicf.com. Get your tickets and be here with us, and we will have it for you on the Inter Miami radio network on ESPN 106.3, the flagship, as well as Deportes Radio FC app, and online on YouTube, every corner of the globe. Necaxa, by the way, they went to the quarterfinals of the Clausura portion of Liga MX and bowed out in the quarterfinals in May to Tigre. So this is an Necaxa side that is very dangerous, and Inter Miami is going to try to get things off on the right foot in the group stage of the Leagues Cup. Want to thank Oscar Gonzalez, on-site engineer here at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Ken LaVicka. Your final score line for a final time from South Florida: Inter Miami 0, FC Cincinnati 0. We'll talk to you midweek for the Leagues Cup. This has been Inter Miami football on the Inter Miami Radio Network. Good night, everybody.
We now return to our regularly scheduled programming all